Boys 400-meter relay. All of you, the fourth person, should have picked up your numbers already.
Welcome to Bobby Lackey Stadium in the Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association Meet of Champions. Brought to you on K-West. Coach John Boswell along with Mike Gonzalez and the complete K-West crew. Mike, and we're here on, you and I were talking off the air about the most prestigious probably track meet held every year in the Rio Grande Valley because it encompasses every A and every border from Ben Bolt to Roma to Brownsville and all points in between.
That's right, Coach. We have everybody here from Brownsville, as you mentioned, Ben Bolt, to even Roma, Coach. We have athletes from all over South Texas here, and it's great to be here on this hot and warm afternoon here at Bobby Lackey Stadium.
So we'll have a full complement of boys and girls races. There will be 2 heats pretty much in every race we see. The second heat in each event will be the fast heat, and we will bring you the winners as they take place. Earlier today, we had the finals in the field events, and you've already had the finals in the 3,200-meter run, boys and girls. Our next event will be the girls 4x100-meter relay, and Mike, they will be running at a record set in 2007 by Rio Grande City, a time of 48.56. The fastest qualifier is in Heat 2, Lane 4, Palmview. Their time is 49.52. So with a good start and good handoffs, you know, that record could be in danger.
But that's right, Coach. As you mentioned, it has to be clean. The handoffs have to be perfect, and they're going to need to really hustle out there. We have a much, much better day today than we did a few weeks ago when we were here for the Jimmy Platt meet. And if you remember, it was pouring rain for a little while, and I know even some of the events, I think were even canceled if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
And so, you know, but I think today is a great day for events to perhaps some records to be broken. We'll see.
Right, and this is the 42nd annual Mike Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association. It began in 1975, put together by a group of coaches led by Coach Raymond Rapp. Representatives, again, from all levels, all 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A. And there's representation from all of those. And you will see some races today where there's a 3 or 4A athlete running right next to a 6A athlete, which doesn't happen a whole lot, Mike.
And the thing is, Coach, district is right around the corner. So a meet like this is very good for them, which will help them regardless of where they finish. You know, they'll get to pinpoint exactly what the challenges they have going forward, and it's going to, pay off perhaps, when they're in district and even further.
Well, yeah, you're going to be pushed by people, and usually when you are pushed, you improve. So it'll be fun to see. And once they start putting teams on the track, we'll talk about lane assignments. But like I said, the first race will be the girls 4x100-meter relay. Let's thank everybody involved from K-West, WISD, Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Canales, the principals, Miss Morales and Dr. Cantu, Big O, Oscar Riojas, athletic director, and of course the K-West crew, Carlos Robledo, Julian Olivares, Joe Leal, Vinny Berry, Don Ramirez, Val Zamora, and of course the First Lady, Darlene Gracia, all bringing to you the Meet of Champs and Heat 1 of the girls. Actually, they're calling it Section 1, Mike. Let's give you the lane assignments. In Lane 1, St. Joe's Academy. Lane 2, Brownsville Vets. Lane 3, Harlingen South. Lane 4, McAllen Memorial. Lane 5, Hannah. Lane 6, La Jolla. Lane 7, Sherryland. And in Lane 8, Progresso, the fastest qualifier. This was ran yesterday in Lane 4 in this heat, McAllen Memorial, with a time of 51.19.
Okay, Coach, and those runners consist of Mariana Gonzalez, who will lead off, and then the second girl would be Catherine De Leon, followed by Brianna Science and Maribel Hernandez.
So those are the lane assignments for Heat 1. Everything here is electronically timed, and quickly we will know the result of races as fast as the computer can print out the form and bring it to us. We will give you the top 3. as they come to us. We'll also hit maybe a little bit on the field event winners today. There were some fine performances in the field events. It was a very warm day, as Mike can attest, and I believe we'll have a field event package later coming by way of Carlos Robledo with some highlights of the field event. So here we are in the girls 400-meter relay from the Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association Meet of Champions. And you see them getting ready, getting the blocks set, making their initial takeoffs. Each runner will run approximately 100 meters, but if you really check it out, the first runner runs 90. About. It depends on where you take the first handoff at, Mike. There's what they call the international, and then there's the normal handoff. If you're taking it at the international, the first runner's running about 90. And you can stretch the second runner, if that's your fast runner, to about 110. And each coach does it a little differently. You just have to get between the big yellow triangles. The handoff has to take place in each lane.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Coach, but your fastest runner is always the last one, right?
Well, you know, there's different thoughts on that, Mike. The best way I've ever explained it, your last runner needs to be the one that hates to lose the most.
The most competitive one.
Yeah, because they're going to be the one right there in the race. A lot of people put their fastest number 2, but some people are really good running a curve. So therefore, your best person out of the starting blocks is going to be number 1. Therefore, if that's not your best curve runner, then your best curve runner is number 3. And your 2 best straight runners are 2 and 4. And where you put your fastest one is totally up to individual coaches. But a lot of coaches put them second.
Mm-hmm. So the first runner, what would be their primary job, just to start off the race?
Stability. They jump, then 3 other people don't get to run. So they have to be stable, and they don't have to be great. They just need to hold the stagger and get the baton off.
Okay, set the tempo, huh?
Right. And that's kind of their job. And here they go. Looks like the beginning of the girls' 400-meter relay.
Set.
Looks like a clean start, Mike. And it looks like lane 4 definitely is eating up a stagger. And there's a handoff. She had to wait for it just a second. That's McAllen Memorial in the blue and gold in the middle. But a team, it might be
Looks like lane 5, Coach, making a move
Hannah
here.
possibly. But there goes McAllen Memorial, Mike.
That's that third runner you were talking about.
Jumped out in front on this curve. Let's see if the handoff is clean. Clean handoff. McAllen Memorial bringing it home. She's got about a 10-yard lead, Mike. She runs into the shade there. McAllen Memorial is going to be first. And I'm not positive who second and third were there. Harlingen South, I believe, was in there somewhere. But they kind of ran through the shade there. That'll change as the day goes on. But good, clean race for the first race coming out. And we'll have section number 2. In lane 1, we'll have Gruya. Lane 2, Mercedes. Lane 3, Wesco East. Their qualifying time, 50.29. Lane 4, Palmview, fastest qualifier with a time of 49.52. Here comes the replay. Let's see if we can pick up second and third. McAllen Memorial really pretty easily. Looked like Harlingen South coming right there.
Yeah,
Let's see if we can pick up third. No, Harlingen South ended up third.
I think Brownsville Vets was second, Coach, in this race.
And we'll get those results in just a moment. Going back in lane 4 again, Palmview, fastest qualifier, 49.52. Lane 5, Westlaco. Their qualifying time, 50.01. McAllen in lane 6, Valley View in lane 7, and Raymondville in lane 8. Mike, the fastest 3 teams in the Valley, lane 3, 4, and 5, Wesco East, Palmview, Westlaco.
This should be a fun race to watch, Coach. But going back to that first one, I think the crucial point of it was that handoff from Catherine De Leon, who was a second runner for McAllen Memorial, handing it off to Brianna Science. Once Brianna got a hold of that baton, she just took over on that curve. You mentioned, you always stress to me the curve, the runner who can run around the curve the best, and she did an outstanding job. And after that, Maribel Hernandez just finished it off.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Some people just are real natural running the curve, and some runners have a hard time in the curve. Generally, the curve runners that are successful are not quite as tall.
Right.
But I've seen some pretty tall curve runners. So really just comes down to your ability and what you're comfortable doing. And here we go. We're ready for section 2 of the girls 4x100 meter relay.
As we mentioned, Coach, we're going to have a bunch of races where we're going to have, like, say, a Weslaco High-End, Weslaco East, and then you're going to have, like, a Raymondville and a Mercedes as well. So that's what makes this track meet fun. Yeah, we have Rio Grande City Grulla here. Yeah,
a great mix in this race.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a clean start. Remember, lane 3, 4, and 5 are the fastest qualifiers coming in. Wesco running well. And looks like Wesco in the lead right now. Here comes Palmview, and here comes Wesco East. Let's watch the handoffs. Wesco hands off first.
Oh, this is a interesting curve right here, Coach.
And Palmview takes the lead. Wesco right on her shoulder. Let's check the last handoff. And it is gone. Weslaco gaining. Wesco East, it looks like is going to finish. The way they prelimed it is going to be Palmview, Weslaco East, 1, 2, 3. Mike, I believe all three of them broke 50 seconds. When we get the final results, we'll be able to see if that is true. But nice run there by Palmview. Their runners number 2, 3, and 4 did a great job. And very competitive race there.
And once again, Coach, it was that last curve where Palmview made that move there and just took over this race. We see the replay here.
Well, here she comes right here. She takes the lead with about 150 meters to go. Here she comes into the final handoff.
Nice
Left
clean.
hand up,
Right.
clean exchange, and there she goes.
And it looked like Weslaco was ready to make a move here, Coach, but Palmview just that last burst right there, Coach, right there, was able to make that last separation, that little separation in East, finished a strong third place there.
Yeah, it looked like all three teams, like I said, finished under 50 seconds. So what we have up next is section 1 of the boys 4x100 meter relay. Mike Harlingen South set a record 1995 of 42.33. Let's look at the lane assignments. And 1, Raymondville. 2, Palmview. 3, Brownsville Vets. 4, McAllen Memorial. 5, Weslaco. 6, Harlingen. 7, Sherryland. 8, Santa Rosa.
The prelims race, Coach, had McAllen Memorial finishing at 43.73. Weslaco was 43.77. So we might be in for a great race here, Coach.
Well, yeah, in the second section of the second heat, you actually had 3 or 4 teams hovering right around the record. 43.47 run by Mission is only 0.14 above the record. So good handoffs and nice warm condition, but not too hot, not really windy. You could see a record fall today. In lane 4, McAllen Memorial is the fastest qualifier in this heat, closely followed by Weslaco with the runners Matt DeSantiago, Alex Garza, Edward Ayala, and Tony Barrera representing the Weslaco Panthers. Once again, you're watching K-West live, coming to you from Bobby Lackey Stadium in Weslaco, Texas, at the Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association Meet of Champions, the 42nd annual running of the Meet of Champions.
And we'd like to thank everybody, not only in Weslaco, but across the valley watching us. And for those of you that are in Weslaco and that perhaps have family in Roma and maybe Ben Bolter in Brownsville, Port Isabel, you know, let them know. Pass the word to watch us right now live. You know, they may have a loved one or a friend perhaps, or somebody maybe they grew up raising these kids, participating.
And that's a clean start of Section 1 of the boys 4x100 meter relay. And Mike, it doesn't have to be just valley-wide. I know there's stuff that my children pick up where they're living on K-West.
Absolutely. Anybody can watch us right now. Here we go.
And it looks like Harlingen, I believe, running well, as is Brownsville Vets. And McCallum Memorial with the baby blue M on the chest. But Harlingen's in the race. Handoff to McCallum Memorial.
That's Campbell Spates, coach.
Yes, it is. And the young man from McCallum Memorial brings it across. They ran well, McCallum Memorial there in the boys 4x100 Heat 1. And there he is, Campbell Spates, the brother of Trevor
Spates, correct.
And the star running back for the McCallum Memorial Mustangs.
And then lane 2, coach, I want to say it was lane 2. That was Palmview made a strong. Well, you see the replay here, coach. The handoffs were clean, and here they go. As you mentioned, coach, McCallum Memorial there. Taking over that race, and then you see that handoff there. Spates got a good jump towards the end, but then watch
yeah, that's lane 2, Mike.
Right, that's lane 2. That's Palmview making a run for it at the very end, making a, oh, yeah, that was a great race.
Wow,
coach.
I would hate to pick third right there.
Yeah.
And let's look at Section 2, lane assignments. Lane 1, St. Joseph Academy. Lane 2, PSJ Southwest. Lane 3, Rivera. Lane 4, Mission. They have the fastest qualifying time of 43.47. Lane 5, Vela. They've run 43.57. Pioneer in lane 6. Lane 7, Donna. Lane 8, La Feria. Once again, the record is 42.33. So they're going to have to run a little quicker than my math called for in the first race. I was seeing 43.33, Mike, not 42.33. I think that record's probably pretty safe.
Right. And if you notice, coach, the runners were all bunched up, and then the judges were kind of having a few words with them, exchanging words with the runners. What exactly is going on at that time?
Well, maybe something happened in the last race. Maybe the blocks didn't get set, or maybe there was a command that a lot of things could have taken place. Maybe they're going to slow things down. Maybe we're moving too quickly. The 800-meter run is supposed to take place at 6:45 and it's 6:38. So that means there's going to be 7 to 8 minutes after this race with no activity. We'll be able to go over the result of the 4x100s for the two groups.
Station 1 is ready. Station 2.
But, you know, there's so many things that could be speaking about.
Perhaps lane assignments, or, well, they already have the lane assignments ready. So
yeah, they have the lane assignments. They should know what they're doing. But maybe there was a question. Maybe if we have a misfire, that don't panic. We're going to bring you back. I mean, there could be a lot of things. But here we go. Gun up for Section 2, the 4x100 meter relay. Now, everybody's got a little different tempo, Mike, also of getting in the blocks. Some guys take their time. Some get right down. I think it's Vela right there taking his time. Now everybody seems to be set.
Set.
Looks like a clean start in Section or Heat 2. The 4x100 relay, boys division. Handoff, all look clean except for Donna there. Is that Mission way out? Or that's actually La Feria way out in front on lane 8.
So here comes Mission, coach.
But here comes Mission and here comes Vela. Mission with a handoff.
Mission in the maroon.
Once again, Mission had the fastest qualifying time, but somebody from the outside there, that looks like LaFeria maybe, but they had a P on their jersey. I don't know.
I think that's Pioneer, Coach.
Yeah, it says
Yeah.
on our paperwork it says LaFeria, but I do believe that was Pioneer.
Yeah, that was Pioneer. They were making a run at it at the end, but looks like Mission was your winner in this race.
Well, we had Pioneer in lane 6, and that looked like they were in lane 8. They could have reheated, and we didn't get the new paperwork.
So here we go. Here's a replay of it.
Yeah, that maybe is lane 6. Now that I see it, just the way it's going down the track for us.
Right, Pioneer's in lane
Yeah,
6.
they're there.
Donna's in lane 7, and LaFeria in lane 8. So here we go. This is Mission and Pioneer going at it.
Mission, Pioneer, and then inside lane, I believe that might be Brownsville Rivera. But we'll get those final results to you as soon as we can. But that was the conclusion of the boys 4x100 meter relay. Once, like I said, we will get those results as quickly as possible. Next up, we will have the girls 800 meter run. Mike, there's 16 young ladies registered to run at a time of 2 minutes 14 seconds, set in 1980 by Maggie Salinas. The fastest qualifier yesterday ran 2:25.28, which is a full 11 seconds slower than Maggie Salinas ran in 1980.
Yeah,
Now,
she would really need to run pretty hard.
Well,
to
that
break
record stood for 37 years, Mike. So, I mean, that says something about a record like that. And as you can see, they're going to bring them to the track now. So let's go ahead and recognize their hip numbers. We're looking at hip numbers. A little number on their chest and a little number on their leg. Wearing number 1 is Lindsay Zamorano from Harlingen South. Wearing number 2, Bailey Villalone from Palmview. Wearing number 3, Dylan Guerra from Vela. Number 4, Adriana Cruz from Edinburgh. Number 5, Liliana Perez from Vela. Number 6, Melody Marloquin from Edinburgh. Number 7, Macy Henderson from McCallum Memorial. Wearing number 8, Kelly Aguinaga from Edcal Chelsea. Wearing 9, Aaliyah Garza from Weslaco. Wearing 10, Valerie Tobias from Idea, Edinburgh. Wearing 11, Maria Gonzalez from Mission Vets. Wearing 12, Tina Sierra from La Feria. Wearing 13, Paula Virial from Brownsville Vets. Wearing 14, Crystal Cruz from Mercedes. Wearing 15, Jaslyn Ayala from Rio Hondo. And wearing 16, Rabisu Esparqueta from La Via. You see the starters making sure they understand where they have to run, when they can cut in.
Now the numbers, Coach, that they have, that you mentioned, the little tags, those are also determined in the prelims, is that correct?
Well, those are ranking in this race 1 through 16 fastest.
Okay.
So the young lady that wearing number 1 ran the fastest time yesterday.
Okay.
In most races, it tells you what lane they're in.
I see.
But in this distance race where you're running multiple laps, it tells you an identifier. It's their jersey number in a way.
Right. Okay.
2 minutes 8.5.
And if you're running in lane 4 in the 100 meter hurdles, then you're going to have a 4 on. That way they know in that race what lane you were in. But in the mile, the half mile, the 2 mile, it's telling you what place you qualified in or what your entry number is.
One on each side of the track with the flag upward. These ladies will be braking when they go by you.
So they've got them on the track. I don't know if they're going to wait. Well, about a minute before it's supposed to start. And there's your starter, Mr. Tony Trejo, on the platform ready to start the race.
And Brownsville Rivera to the award stand, please.
On your marks.
Maryland Pioneer and Brownsville Rivera to the award stand.
Looks like they have a clean start, but they're going to follow this start all the way around the curve, Mike. If anyone were to fall here, they would bring them back and restart it. Looks like it's going to be clean, though. They're going to clear the cones, and they're going to be able to cut in. And you've got a little group of 4 out front. but they haven't really separated yet from the basic group, and a couple more, and actually the group is coming together with a couple of girls from back moving forward. That may be Ed Calchelsa, Mike. That may be
Aguinaga, perhaps?
Aguinaga, who we saw.
She made a strong move around the curve there, and now she's ahead of everybody.
We saw in the Jimmy Platt meet. Is that her or not? Trying to pick up her uniform. She's wearing number 8,
Right.
and that's who it is,
That's
Mike.
who it is, Ed Calchelsa.
Number 2 right there behind her, young lady Bailey Villalone from Palmview.
You see a young lady there, couldn't get her number there, starting to make a move there now in second place. Then you got
That might be the green of Harlingen South. That would be Lindsay Zamorano.
I think Palmview is in third place.
Relay awards will be given immediately
Bailey
following this race.
Villalone.
41 seconds.
And Miss Aguinaga is actually starting to stretch it open a little bit here, maybe about a 7-meter lead.
After the 600-meter mark,
As she hits the 600-meter mark
140.
at about 142. Remember, they're running at a time at 2:14. I think that's safe, Mike. But she's going to run a nice time here. And she started kind of back in the pack in 8th place. But she took off at the start and caught everyone and actually passed the field. And here she comes with 100 meters to go. And she's stretching the lead.
10 yards.
Yeah, it's up to about 10, maybe 12. But here comes a young lady from Harlingen South, I believe.
Oh, wow.
I'm
There
not
she
sure.
goes.
What number is she wearing? Is that LaFeria?
Oh, shoot, the young lady was wearing green, so
Well, that wouldn't be LaFeria. Was that Harlingen South? I'm really the only one down here that I'm seeing.
she's
green.
runner number 10,
Number
Coach.
10.
So that's from Idea.
Idea.
Valerie Tobias.
Yeah, Tobias kind of came out of
Tobias.
nowhere there at the end, I think, and she won. Aguinaga looks like she has a comfortable lead right here, Mike, with about 100 meters to go. But here she comes wearing number 10 on her hip.
And look at that lead, Coach. I mean, it's a pretty wide margin, but then watch Valerie make her move here, Coach.
Well, it's hard to lead. Pretty much Aguinaga led from start to finish until, gosh, about 15 meters out.
Second place, Pioneer.
But she ran 2:20-ish, which is going to be a really fast time for her. And here come the boys running the 800 meter, and let's hit those hip numbers real quick, Mike. Jesus Mata wearing 1, Victor Bocanegra wearing 2. Mata from Mission Vets, Palmview's Bocanegra. From San Benito wearing 3, Ray Del Toro. From PSA Southwest wearing 4, Francisco Flores. Wearing 5, Art Benavides from Harlingen. Wearing 6, Paco Rodriguez from McAllen. Wearing 7, Ruben Chapa from Rivera. Wearing 8, Mauricio Hernandez from Juarez Lincoln. Wearing 9, Miguel Escobar from Ben Bolt. Wearing 10, Rudy Aranda from Pioneer. Wearing 11, Reyes Rodriguez from La Feria. Wearing 12, Marco Trevino from Donna North. Wearing 13, Christopher Hill from Vela. Wearing 14, Rolando Ramirez from Rio Grande City. Wearing 15, Santos Boteo from La Feria. And wearing 16, Anthony Williams from Hidalgo. Once again, Mr. Tony Trejo there, the starter, waiting for everybody to get lined up.
On the track,
He's asking his assistants if everybody's ready. They are not. Looks like there's a young lady actually down, probably from the girls' race right there. I think that might be Robbie Sue Esperquieta from La Villa. Looks like she's up, and the trainers have got her. Here comes Jojo Reese from Wesco East, one of the trainers there helping her out. Looks like she's going to be fine. Now they're going to be able to start the boys' race, Mike. They're running at a time. This is an outstanding time, Mike. Set in 1992 by Rene Rodriguez. That time is 1 minute, 53.27 seconds. And for high school 800, that's outstanding.
Yeah, that's very, very impressive, Coach. Very, very
On
impressive.
your marks.
In the prelims here, the seating time, That's, let's see, about what, 8 seconds, the top runner coming in?
Yeah, 2:01. 153. I mean, you're talking running 2 laps under a minute.
That's that's
You
impressive.
go about, I don't know, 52, 53, something like that. I don't know exactly, and my math isn't that great, but yeah, that's what you're looking at. And who's that jumping out to the lead? That's not Mission Vets. Is that Southwest?
Oh, we got the young man there wearing the hoodie there making a move.
Let's see, number 11 and number 4. Number 4 is Francisco Flores from Southwest. Number 11 is Reyes Rodriguez from La Feria. There they are, 1-2.
They have about a 5-yard lead right now going into the second lap.
Well, you have those 2 different kind of runners, Mike. You have those that are quick starts, and you have those that are quick finishers. And then you have those with great endurance that want to go out and try to run everybody out. And that looks like what La Feria is doing here. He's trying to stretch the field on Francisco Flores from PSG Southwest. But here comes Southwest right on his shoulder. And with about 200 meters to go, he's about to go into the lead. And he takes the lead. Francisco Flores from PSG Southwest takes the lead in the boys' 800-meter run. 150 meters to go. And here comes number 9, Mikel Escobar from Ben Bolt. Actually blows by them both, Mike. The young man from Ben Bolt's going to make a run at the record, Mike. 153, 154. Wow.
Just barely missed it, Coach.
The record was 153.27. The young man from Ben Bolt, Mikel Escobar, made a great run at the record. Maybe he waited a little bit too long to kick it in, but what a great job. Young man from Ben Bolt High School, not even in your picture here, Mike.
I was just
And
about to
here he
say,
comes.
just out of nowhere, he just jumps right in there and finished the last 100 meters of the race. And he actually did about 8 seconds better than yesterday's time, Coach. So that's a very, very impressive run there by that young man from Ben Bolt.
Mike, you're going to see the young men that are running and the young ladies running distances. They're going to run a lot slower yesterday because they were only running to qualify.
Right.
But this young man coming out of Ben Bolt, wow. Mike, did you just get handed some results that we can hit on? You have the relays? Oh, the 3,200. Let's go to the top three in the 3,200 meters.
Okay, we got the girls' 3,200 meter run. First place was Ariana Beth Ramos from Edinburgh North with a time of 11:04.08. In second place was Brianna Robles from La Jolla Palmview with a time of 11:19.14. In third place was Viana, I hope I say her name right, Vianney Sanchez from Edinburgh High with a time of 11:44.27.
Well, those are the top 3 finishers in the girls' 3,200 meter run. And the top 3 finishers in the boys' 3,200 meter run.
Okay, we got Brandon Gracia from Rio Grande City with a time of 9:21.63 as your first place winner. In second place was Cruz Gomez from PSGA Memorial with a time of 9:21.64. Coach, that was a very tight race. In third place was Tristan Peña from Edinburgh North with a time of 9:24.36.
Outstanding time. So we're about to be ready, Mike, to run the girls' 100-meter hurdles. Leah Brown, who is currently a pentathlete at LSU, has the record, 14.26 set in 2013. Section 1, or Heat 1, of the girls in Lane 1, Cassandra Morales from La Feria, Lane 2. Carla Lopez from Lopez in Lane 2. Angel Taylor from Edinburgh North in Lane 3. Ana Calderon from what is Lincoln High School in Lane 4. Fastest qualifier with a time of 16.61. In Lane 5, Yasmin Gonzalez from McAllen Memorial. Lane 6, Andrea Munguia from McAllen Memorial. Lane 7, Valeria Reese from Brownsville Vets in lane 7. And then lane 8, Cleo Rodriguez from La Feria. Once again, running at a time set by Leah Brown of 14.26. Mike, I'm going to have to guess, at least in this heat, that 14.26 is safe.
Because, I mean, 14:26 is very, very fast. And our fastest runner, seating time going into this race is what, 16.61
Right.
by Ana Calderon of Juarez Lincoln. So,
Well, Leah Brown was an exceptional athlete. I mean, anyone that can go off to that level and compete as she does in a number of different events, including hurdles and high jump and throwing and all the stuff that you do in that event that she does at the college level, and does a nice job of it.
right. A very special athlete. I remember her, in those days, 2013, early part of this decade, just making a name of herself. Where did she go? Edinburgh Economides, I believe, right?
Right, I believe so.
Yeah. I know it was an Edinburgh school, but yeah, well deserved. She was fun to watch, that's for sure.
And here they go. They're about to get into the blocks for Heat 1 of the girls, 100-meter hurdles. Again, your favorite. Qualifying time, lane 4, Ana Calderon. Get a clean start. Calderon didn't actually get a great start, but watch her come on, Mike. She blows right by McAllen Memorial. They're in the red jersey top. Ana Calderon, winner of Heat 1 of the girls 100-meter hurdles.
Well, you mentioned, Coach, Calderon with a slow start. It looked like Yasmin Gonzalez and Andrea Munguia from McAllen Memorial got off to a great start, but then you just saw Calderon take over right in the middle of the race and finish the strong there. Pretty much finished with a time as yesterday. It was about 16 seconds.
So let's look at Heat 2 coming up for the girls. Wait, let's look at the replay here, Mike. Let's see if this. Look at lane 4.
Right.
We're looking for her start. Now, she is not the first girl over hurdle 1 or 2 or 3, but 4, she's first. 5, from 5 on, she is pulling away. Once again, that's Ana Calderon.
Yeah, the one that got off to a great start, Coach, was Yasmin Gonzalez in lane 5, and Calderon just kind of took over right, as you mentioned, about the third or fourth hurdle. And it was all Calderon after that.
So let's look at Heat 2. Lane 1, Karina Ibarra from Valley View. Lane 2, Gabby Garza from St. Joe's, who is a very good hurdler. Lane 3, Gabriela Solis from Vela. Lane 4, Kathia Nish from McAllen Memorial. In lane 5, Anaya Chalif Reina from McAllen. Lane 6, Olivia Garcia from Vela. Lane 7, Kaylee Hassenfluck from Sherryland. And in lane 8, Sabrina Garza from Port Isabel. Fastest qualifier in lane 4, Kathia Nish, time of 16.13.
And as a matter of fact, Coach, she has the fastest seating time overall coming into this race.
And it wouldn't surprise me to see her running the 15s here, Mike. It's a good conditions and it's a good field, someone pushing her along. So if she can get a clean start and get over the hurdles clean, I wouldn't be surprised to see a really good time out of her.
And you know what, Coach? The last few days, it's been very, very windy, and it's not as windy today, so that also helps.
So she got a clean start, Mike. And here she comes. But in lane 2, I mentioned the girl to watch, Gabby Garza. Once again, ran fast enough yesterday to qualify, and she ran about 14 seconds. And the winner of Heat 2, and I'm going to guess that the winner overall in lane 2 out of St. Joseph Academy is going to be Gabby Garza. Quality hurdler, Mike. She just didn't have to run hard to qualify in this race. So she saved the energy yesterday and She brought it home today.
And she was jumping over those hurdles like nothing. Watch her go here.
Look where she takes the lead. 3, 4. She took the lead at number 3. Look how smooth. Now, Nisha is right behind her from McCallum Memorial. But St. Joe's McCallum Memorial 1-2. And the girls 100-meter hurdles.
And she was running with a great rhythm as well, as you mentioned, smooth. And yeah, just was able to run away. And she, as you mentioned yesterday, she qualified with a time of 17:35. And
Well, that could be deceptive. You know, they might only had 4 girls running in the qualifying yesterday. She just had to run fast enough to get in this race. And since it's a straight race, there's no real advantage to being in lane 4 because of curves and stuff. So as they adjust the hurdles for the boys' race, do we have any more results, Mike?
yes, let's get right to it. We'll go with the girls 4x100-meter relay.
go top 3.
Let's go to the top 3. Well, we'll start in 3rd place.
Right.
That was Harlingen South. In 2nd place, it was Brownsville Hano. And in 1st place was McCallum Memorial with runners Mariana Gonzalez Garcia, Catherine De Leon, Brianna Science, and Maribel Hernandez with a time of 50.65, Coach.
Outstanding time. 50 seconds. That's a good time.
Okay, let's see. Now we can move on to, let's see if we got time for another event. We'll just do the boys 4x100-meter relay.
Let's hit that, and then I'll get
Okay.
you lane assignments for this boys hurdle race.
Okay, in 3rd place was Harlingen High. In 2nd place was La Jolla Palmview. And in 1st place with a time of 43.13 was McCallum Memorial with runners Victor Castillo, Jonathan Larson, Sean Skigen, I hope I said his name right, and Campbell Spates.
Good time by them. Now, right here in the boys 110-meter hurdles, they're running at a time set in 2011 of 13.62 by current UTSA runner Randy Bermea, who went to, I believe, Stanford and transferred, or Cal and transferred, but he's at UTSA. Lane 1 from La Feria, Pedro Contreras. Lane 2 from Brownsville Vets, Gustavo Vasquez. Lane 3, Justin Guerra from Edinburgh North. Lane 4, Jonathan Larson from McCallum Memorial. Lane 5, Tristan Mayende from Palmview. Lane 6, Diego Ortiz from Sherryland. Lane 7, Jordan Caballero from Vela. And then lane 8, David Garza from Santa Rosa. Those are the lane assignments for Heat 1 of the boys. 110-meter hurdles, Mike. Once again, running at an outstanding time of 13.62. Fastest qualifier in this heat, lane 4, with a time of 16.73, Jonathan Larson.
Yeah, I remember Randy Bermea, Coach, as a football player as well, a member of that state quarterfinal team back in 2011.
You know, there were some really good hurdlers back in 2011. You had Jonas Gutierrez out of Wesco East, and there was a couple other guys that really ran good hurdle times. Let's see if they got a clean start. They did, but Larson did not get a great start. Who is that flying out? Can you catch a name on that jersey?
I want to say, Coach, that's Alfonso Corritero from Brownsville Vets.
Well, you got the wrong heat.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong heat. You're right. I think that's
Lobos.
the Lobos. That would be Palmview.
Palmview. Tristan
Mayende.
Mayende. Looked like the winner of Heat 1. Lane 4 had the fastest qualifying time, but lane 5, look at him take off, Mike. He's the leader from the second hurdle on and accelerating and finishing right around 15 seconds in Heat 1 of the boys 110-meter hurdles. Lane assignments for Heat 2. In lane 1, Marte Rodriguez from St. Joe's. Lane 2, Michael Landovazzo from Pioneer. Lane 3, Manuel Lerma from McAllen. Lane 4, Alex Lara from Weslaco, fastest qualifier with a time of 15.88. Lane 5, Bonnie Rios from Economides. Lane 6, Sean Scoggin from McCallum Memorial. Lane 7, Alfonso Carretero
fastest qualifier.
from Brownsville Vets. And in lane 8, Daniel Martinez from Port Isabel. The boys 110 meter hurdles. Following this race, Mike, we will have 3 participants in the 100 meter dash for the wheelchair division. That will be coming up right after this race. But we're about to hit Heat 2. Just so you understand the order of events, following Heat 2, boys 100, girls 100. I'm sorry, wheelchair 100, girls 100, boys 100. Then we will move on to the 4x2 relay, the 400 meter dash, and we'll continue on with the track meet from there. Once again, you're watching live from Bobby Lackey Stadium. This is K-West, Coach John Boswell, Mike Gonzalez, and the complete K-West crew bring to you the 42nd annual Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association Meet of Champions.
I think we're about ready here, Coach, for the second heat of the 110 hurdles.
Got a clean start by Alex Lara right in the middle of the track. In the red, next to Alex Lara, that's Bonnie Rios. And I believe Bonnie Rios is going to be your winner right there in lane 5.
And did you see Sean Scoggin in lane 6 out of McCallum Memorial there making a late run there and very nearly past Bonnie Rios there, Coach.
Bonnie Rios got a really nice start and continued that start. Somewhere along the line, Alex Lara got off step. Maybe he hit a hurdle. Let's see if we can catch it here, Mike.
Yeah, there was a few runners, I think, Coach, that knocked down hurdles there. We see a replay here.
Well, it's not uncommon to knock down hurdles, but when it makes you get off balance or it changes your stride pattern, that's where you have a problem. Yeah, he landed on a hill on about number 8 and hit number 9 hard and ran right through number 10. So your winner in the boys 110 meter hurdles is probably going to be Bonnie Rios from Economides.
Right, Coach. And as I mentioned, Sean Scoggin there, very, very late. Made things very, very interesting at the end, but he'll probably finish second overall.
I thought the wheelchair 100 was next, but it looks like they're going to put the girls first. Looks like they're going to go girls, wheelchair, boys. So what do you have there, Mike?
All right, we can, while we wait, here's some results. The boys, a 4x100 meter relay. In third place was Cherland Pioneer. In second place was McAllen Memorial. And in first place with a time of 43.02 was Mission High, which consists of runners Alex Cordova, Jose Resendez, Jose Cantu, and Jesus Vera.
Outstanding job by those guys. They are the gold medalists at the Meet of Champs. We got top 3 in the 800.
Yeah, we sure do, Coach. In the 800, the girls 800 meter run, we had in third place Bailey Villalone from La Jolla Palmview. In second place was Kelly Aguillenaga of Calchoso. And in first place was Valerie Tobias from Edinburgh Idea with a time of 2:19.26.
Well, she did an outstanding job there at the end. And while we're getting it, let's go ahead and get the boys 800, and we'll move on to lane assignments for the girls 100 meter dash.
Okay, in the boys 800 meter run, in third place was Francisco Flores from PSGA Southwest. In second place was Reyes Rodriguez from La Feria. And in first place, Coach, was Michael Escobar from Bembold. You remember that race? So that young man making that strong finish at the
job.
end.
Coming down from Bembold and going home with the gold medal.
Right.
So let's look at Heat 1 of the girls 100 meter dash, running at a time of 12.15, set in 2015 by Sierra Pena from Arlington South. Lane 1, Cleo Rodriguez, La Feria. Lane 2, Camila Hernandez from Valley View. Lane 3, Sydney Salinas from Weslaco. Lane 4, Natasha Hartman from Arlington South. Lane 5, Kimberly Munoz from Juarez Lincoln. Lane 6, Jaden Barber from Harlingen South. Lane 7, Jacqueline Flores from Mercedes. And in lane 8, Abby Alvarado from Rio Hondo. Fastest qualifier, lane 4, Natasha Hartman, Harlingen South, with a time of 13.38. Yeah, in 2015, Mike, our old buddy Jake Berry was doing this meet with me, and it was kind of the Sierra Pena show. Sierra won 100 and 200, maybe anchored the 4x100 meter relay, and I want to say maybe won a jump or two. I mean, it was like the Sierra Pena show, and through the years, I've been around the Meet of Champs on and off since 1985. Of course, there were 7 years that I was in Corpus Christi there from 91, 92 to 98. But I was the head coach at Donna for 7 years, and of course the Meet of Champs it was something that was part of our schedule every year. And back in the day when I was Jimmy Platt's assistant, he was one of those guys that really helped grow the Meet of Champs into what it's become.
The next scheduled
Big
race
proponent
should be
of
the
track and field in the
wheelchair
valley.
100-meter
And
dash,
it's nice to see it grown to what it is, and number of people participating, number of coaches that are involved, athletic administrators, you know, and the money they raise from doing this, Mike, goes towards the scholarships for athletes valley-wide. And my son actually received one of those back in the day, a Rio Grande Valley Coach Association scholarship.
And it's wonderful, Coach, that we get to host it here in Weslaco at Bobby Lackey Stadium for a number of years. And, you know, we echo on it over and over that, you know, we are the heart of the valley. And, you know, that's what gives schools like Brownsville, Port Isabel, and in, you know, Rio Grande City and even Roma, and now even Bembo to come down here and be a part of this.
Well, you know, Mike, I said that our schedule had the wheelchair 100 going before the girls 100, and it looks like that maybe our schedule was correct. And entering into the wheelchair 100 in number 3 from PSJ Southwest, Christian Trejo. Joe Solis from Weslaco is 4, and Leroy Garcia from Weslaco is 5. The fastest qualifier, Joe Solis from Weslaco, his time 19.06 in the wheelchair 100 meter dash.
You know, and what I like about it, Coach, is, you know, we were here a few weeks ago for the Jimmy Platt, and I want to say that Joe Solis and Leroy Garcia were the 2 young men that participated in the race, and it's good to see that we have a new participant in it, and it makes it that much more fun and more competition, actually. So, yeah, that's what makes it exciting. And
yeah, the young man with the wings on his shirt, Christian Trejo from PSJ Southwest. We wish him all luck. Looks like the gun is about ready, and it is off.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And I do believe that's Joe Solis taking the lead.
This is Joe Solis, currently the
Leroy Garcia actually had a faster time than Christian Trejo in prelims. Let's see if he can maintain that. Great job here by Joe Solis from Weslaco. And who's going to take second? And second place is going to be Leroy Garcia from Weslaco. And a strong third place by Christian Trejo from PSJ Southwest. That is the wheelchair 100 meters. 3 outstanding young men just participated in that race. And once again, the winner was Joe Solis from Weslaco.
Well, we'll get the official results momentarily, Coach, but it looked like he finished right around 19 seconds where he finished yesterday. As you can see here on the replay, a great start. Just took over right away there and never looked back. Nobody even came close there. And as you see here in the very bottom, Coach, the time there, it's right about 19, almost 20 seconds. So it's a little more than what he did yesterday. As you see here, Leroy Garcia with a terrific finish in second place, just beating out Christian Trejo of PSJ Southwest.
Yeah, and what you see on your screen is not an official time, but it's close.
Right, right.
So once again, we're looking at Heat 1 of the girls 100 meter dash. This is supposed to be taking place at about 7:20. It's 7:14, Mike, so looks like guns up, though. Once again, your fastest qualifier in lane 4, Natasha Hartman from Harlingen South. In lane 3, Sydney Salinas from Weslaco, and in lane 5, Kimberly Munoz from Juarez Lincoln. Those are the fastest 3 qualifiers.
And even notice, Coach, now that the sun is starting to set behind us, it's beginning to get easier to see these runners as they come through the lanes now.
Well, we had a little movement over here in lane 6, maybe. Young lady in red. I don't know if that's Harlingen South. No, it's outside of Harlingen South. It must be Mercedes. No, it's not Mercedes. That's Juarez Lincoln in the red. She got up and moved before they even said set. They restart it. Nobody's disqualified. Now you see young people and older people standing on the rail. It makes your picture not as good. It makes our viewpoint to the track not as good. If everyone would just sit down and watch the track meet, there wouldn't be any problems. But some people think they have to watch up on the rail. And we have a clean start of the girls 100 meters. Heat 1. Sydney Salinas actually jumping out there, Mike, to a lead. Young lady with a wrap on her knee right there. And I believe she's going to win her heat. Sydney Salinas from Weslaco, I believe, going to be the winner in that heat. And don't be surprised if Abby Alvarado in lane 8 from Rio Hondo.
And you also saw Jacqueline Flores from Mercedes there, Coach.
Is that who that was on the outside lane?
Right. We see the replay here.
Okay, yes, it's going to be Mercedes. I thought it was lane 8. Yeah, you're right. It's going to be lane 7.
As you mentioned, Coach Sydney Salinas there ahead, wearing that brace in her right knee. And there she goes. Yeah, that was Jacqueline Flores in lane 7.
And Natasha Hartland may have been right there in the top 3 also. We'll have to look at that and see. But let's look at heat 2. This is the hot heat, as they say. In lane 1 from Gruya, Larissa Martinez. Lane 2 from Harlingen, Yasmin Martinez. Lane 3 from Hannah, Jacqueline Mora. Lane 4 from Palmview, Mirna Tamez. Lane 5 from Valley View, Kumari Castaneda. Lane 6, Palmview, Mariana Hernandez. Lane 7 from Donna, Ilana Beltran. And in lane 8 from Progreso, Julissa Torres, fastest qualifier, the only girl to run under 13 with a time of 12.98. Lane 4, Mirna Temez from Valley View. Once again, the record is 12.15.
So what do you think, Coach? Do you think she has an outside shot?
No, that's almost a second, Mike.
That's almost second.
If she would have ran 12.3 or 12.4 maybe, but 12.9, that's closer to 13 than it is 12, and 12.15 is closer to 12 than it is 13. So I think we're probably safe. But you know what? A good start, a good field. I don't think she's got any wind at her back. Is it possible? Yes. Probable? No.
Well, as we wait, Coach, I can name the official results for the boys 100-meter
Go ahead and hit that.
wheelchair there. It's third place was a Christian Trejo of PSJ Southwest. Second place was Leroy Garcia from Weslaco High. And in first place was Joe Solis with a time of 20 flat.
Good job, all 3 guys.
Absolutely.
Here we go. Heat 2, girls 100. Clean start, Mike. Looking at the middle of the track. And the young lady from Hannah jumps out, Mike, in lane 3. That's 2 races in a row that the young lady in lane 3, this time it's Jacqueline Mora from Hannah. She was the 3rd fastest qualifier. She jumped out from the beginning with a strong finish. And the winner of Heat 2 from Hannah, Jacqueline Mora. Let's take a look again at lane 3, Mike.
Well, look at her facial expression, Coach. That determination she has and just trying to hustle and outbeat everybody. It was a very close race there between lane 3 and lane 4 and even 5, Coach. Everybody pretty close to each other. At the very end, Jacqueline was able to get a little cushion there and finish strong there for a first-place finish in this heat.
And the boys are starting to move towards the blocks, and they are running at a time set in 1986, Mike, by Ray Ramirez of 10.34.
My goodness.
Let me say that again, 10.34. The fastest qualifier yesterday ran 11.49. So you go ahead and say it, Mike. Is that record going to fall today?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so
I don't
either. I
think
don't
so.
know if there's anybody running today that can get into the 10s. They'd have to have a really good day. But let's look at the lanes and assignments and Heat 1.
So correct me if I'm wrong, Coach. 10.34 in a 100-meter dash. Is that 10 meters per second?
Yeah, about that.
About that, right? So that's pretty impressive.
And for those of you that don't understand meters, you know, a meter is 39 inches, and if you look at it over 100, it comes out to almost 110 yards. So 100 meters is almost 110 yards. So lane 1 is Marcus Capetillo from Raymondville. Lane 2, Edward Ayala from Weslaco. Lane 3, Jesus Vera from Mission. Lane 4, Abel Martinez from Brownsville Vets. Lane 5, Justin Medina from Edcal Chelsea. Lane 6, Joseph Moreno from La Jolla. Lane 7, Gunnar Hernandez from McAllen. And in lane 8, H. Shihu from Marine Military Academy. Talked about everybody being represented, Mike. There's one from MMA.
That's right, Coach. That's the first representative that we say out of MMA. So we got it all, Coach, from Ben Bolt to MMA to St. Joseph to
Raymondville.
To Raymondville, Coach, yes. Roma. I mean, we got it all, Coach.
And guns up for the boys. Heat 1 of the 100-meter dash here on K-West, coming to you, the Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association Meet of Champions from Bobby Lackey Stadium in Weslaco, Texas. Looks like we have a clean start, Mike. And they are running as a group, but looks like lane 7 possibly. That may have been
That's Gunnar Henderson, Coach.
Gunnar Henderson out of McAllen. Seems to have ran very quickly in that race.
And Jesus Vera from Mission was right behind him in lane 3 there, also with a pretty good finish there.
Yeah, those were. Let's take a look at this. Lane 7 kind of obstructed by the rail, but he takes the lead right there, Mike, around the award stand and is pulling away. And that's Gunnar Henderson from McAllen.
And as I mentioned, Coach, Jesus Vera out of Mission with a strong second place in this heat there. So we'll get the official results to see where these young men finish overall.
Here we go. Heat 2 is about to hit the track, and lane assignments for Heat 2. And lane 1 from Santa Rosa, Mike, Alex Ayala. Lane 2 from San Benito, Isaac Pope. Lane 3 from Harlingen, Joe Reyna. Fastest qualifier from Rivera with a time 11.49, Aaron Gutierrez. In lane 5, Daniel Perez from Rio Grande City. Lane 6, Pablo Munguia from Sherryland. Lane 7, Tavis Sane from PSJ Memorial. And in lane 8, John Vasquez from Santa Rosa. Mike, there are 2 Santa Rosas in the finals of the boys 100 at the Meet of Champs.
That's right, Coach.
That's a pretty good job by a small high school like Santa Rosa.
Absolutely, yeah. Their basketball team just fresh off their state tournament there. So congratulations to them.
Do you think either one of these guys are basketball players? Do you know their names?
I sure don't, Coach. I sure don't. But, you know, right now it's a good time to be at Santa Rosa, though.
And we got a strong run in the middle of the track. That, I believe, is Rio Grande City's Daniel Perez, but in the black, just inside, looked like Rivera's Aaron Gutierrez. Pulled it out at the end, Mike. This will remain to be seen, but I think your winner right there in the middle of the track from Rivera had a nice run out of Pope out of lane 2, also out of San Benito. It'll be interesting to see. Let's see if we can pick it up a little better on the replay here of Heat 2, the boys 100. Lane 2 got a great start, Mike. He's out in front right now, but
wheelchair
Then the young man from Rio Grande City shot out, Pettis. But look at right there. I believe Aaron Gutierrez pulled it out right at the end. We'll see how the computer picked it, but outstanding race. And the META champion boys 100-meter dash.
Yeah, that was a photo finish, Coach. That was very, very close between Aaron Gutierrez and Rio Grande City's Daniel Perez there. So, yeah, as you mentioned, we'll wait for the results to see who won.
Well, our next event up is going to be the girls 4x200-meter relay. So as they're setting that up, Mike, are there any results that we haven't got yet? Let's go ahead and hit them.
Yes, sir. We can mention the girls 100-meter hurdles. In third place was Anaya Shalif Reina, right? Or
There's the final.
oh, right here. Okay, here we go. The official finals are, as I mentioned, in third place, Anaya Shalif Reina from McAllen. In second place is Kathy Nitsch out of McAllen Memorial. And in first place with a time of 14.79 is Gabby Garza from St. Joseph Academy. And this was the girls 100-meter hurdles.
Well, that's outstanding. You know, we've had some races won by Van Bolt, now St. Joe's. You know, so all the 6As aren't winning everything. So, you know, that's good to see. And the boys 110s, that's the top three there.
Okay, the results for the boys 110-meter hurdles was third place, Tristan Mayende. I hope I said his last name correct. He's out of La Jolla Palmview. In second place was Bonnie Rios from Edinburgh Economides. And in first place was Sean Scoggin from McAllen Memorial with a time of 15.35. And once again, that was the boys 110-meter hurdles.
You have the girls 100 there, Mike?
100-meter dash, yes. In third place was Kumare Castañeda from Valley View. In second place is Mirna Tames from La Jolla Palmview. And in first place with a time of a 12.92 is Jacqueline Mora from Brownsville, Hanna.
And Mike, they just handed me the 100-meter dash for the boys that we just looked at, and we were correct. Aaron Gutierrez from Brownsville Rivera was the winner. Go ahead and give us the top three there, Mike.
Sure.
You can see them there on your screen.
This was a very competitive race, Coach, and it was on just this last race that we finished. It was third place, Isaac Pope from San Benito. In second place was Daniel Perez from Rio Grande City. And in first place, as you mentioned, Coach, was Aaron Gutierrez from Brownsville, Hanna, with a time of 11.52.
Hanna, Mike, or Rivera?
I'm sorry, Brownsville Rivera. Did I say
That's
Hanna?
all right. That's all right.
It's Brownsville Rivera. Yes, he beat Daniel Perez by 0.2 of a
the
second.
young man from San Benito got the quick start.
Yes.
In the middle of the race, the young man from Rio Grande City was the leader, and right at the tape, the winner won. And great race. So here we go. The girls 4x200-meter relay. They're running at a time set in 1990 by the girls from PSJA High. The time was 1:44.21. And heat one, lane one, Monte Alto. Lane two, La Jolla. Lane three, Donna. Lane four, Edinburgh. Lane five, Hanna. Lane six, Valley View. Lane seven, Nikki Rowe. And lane eight, Hidalgo. Those are the lane assignments for Heat 1. And, Mike, we get another small school representative in Lane 1.
Monte Alto.
Monte Alto. First time we've mentioned them tonight.
First time.
And congratulations, young ladies from Monte Alto, for being in the finals of the META Champions. That's big. You know, that's harder to do than it will be to qualify for regionals.
And then just for them to be in this race is only going to help them, Coach, for district. And if they're fortunate to advance, it's going to help them in the next round, too.
Remember, the record is 1:44.21 in Heat 2. The fastest qualifier is Palmview. They ran 1:46.8, Mike. So if conditions are right, there's a possibility that could fall today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see what happens.
Remember, this record is stood since 1990. I was actually in the Valley coaching back then.
There was no internet in 1990.
No, there wasn't. And most things were hand timed, too.
Right. Nobody had a cell phone, and everybody was watching MTV.
No, yeah, there was probably no K-West then. If there was,
no.
It was in infancy.
Yeah, K-West first got on the air in 1992.
Well, okay.
So almost, but.
The historian, Mike Gonzalez, reporter extraordinaire. Once again, I'd like to thank the complete K-West crew I'm Coach Sean Boswell with Mike Gonzalez. Also, we have the boss man, Carlos Robledo, in the house. Julian Olivares, the director of all things Key West. Joe Leal on the sound. Vinny Barry on the camera. Don Ramirez on the camera. Val Zamora on the camera. And Darlene Gracia, the first lady of Key West, doing a little bit of everything. And I want to give a shout out to the voice of Key West, Terry Beidler. I'm sure I ran into Terry, and he listened to us doing the Jimmy Platt Classic and said he appreciated the shout out and he didn't even have to call to get it, Mike.
Exactly. So now we're ahead of him now. He's no longer ahead of us. We're ahead
he owes
of him.
us a shout out now.
That's right.
He's never given me one yet, so I'm up on you, Terry, 2-0.
Yeah, so next baseball game or softball game he does, yes.
He's got to shout me out, even if I'm in the house, which happens a lot. I'm
Right.
in the house a lot. I don't think he's in the house.
And the lights are now on, Coach, here at Bobby Lackey Stadium. So the sun is about to set and night's going to begin to fall here.
The lights are on. The water's running on the baseball field. That's how those things stay green, I hear.
Sure.
Sometimes if you look at my yard, you would wonder if I knew that, but it looks good right now.
Right.
We've got some rain, though, and that's helped. I know we're going to have a package, I'm pretty sure, coming up on the field events. Took place earlier today. Again, some outstanding performances and some very warm, seasonably warm day. I heard it was in the 90s today, and we're not even in April yet, Mike.
Yeah, one of the things I was kind of joking around with a few people earlier was this is the one day that the weatherman was correct.
Yeah. This is heat one of the girls, 4x2 or the 800-meter relay. Each girl will carry the baton half a lap. There is a huge stagger, as you can see the distance between the girls to even out the lane placement on the track. So the only way to really know who's in first is watch the handoffs. And the first handoff, I believe, was in lane 4. And lane 4, I believe, is Edinburgh. Hannah is right there in the picture. But Edinburgh actually has caught the person to her outside, so she has made up one stagger.
So we got McCallum Rowe, Coach, right now, kind of ahead of everybody. But as you mentioned, the staggers is what makes it a little tricky
There's
here.
the handoff, but Edinburgh did not get a smooth handoff. But with 200 meters to run, Mike, you've got time to make it up. Now, I believe that is Donna coming inside Edinburgh there, or is that Hannah? No, that's Donna.
Yeah, that's Donna lane 3.
And Hannah in lane 5 is actually caught.
So here's where we're going to see some moves here, Coach.
Valley View.
Yeah, here's where we're going to see some, perhaps things change here in this next turnaround here.
Well, yes, because Edinburgh put themselves right back in the race with this handoff. Look there in the middle of the track. That young lady is put herself back in the race. But can she hold off Hannah? Hannah right now has got the lead. And the winner is going to be Hannah, Edinburgh, and I believe Rowe. 1, 2, 3 in heat 1. Hannah, Edinburgh, Rowe. You know, Hannah's had a couple of good performances in the last couple of races. That's a good job by that relay team. And those of you from Wesco East that are looking at District 32-6A, Hannah's a member of that. And look at her right there, Mike, pass Valley View, get a firm handoff. Edinburgh works their way back into that race. Donna had a strong leg, but they're getting left right there. But Hannah,
And just a short time ago, Coach, we saw Jacqueline Mora of Hannah finish in first place.
Is that her again?
That is her again.
well, she ran her team right into a not a gold medal, but first in their heat.
Right, but what stands out with her, with me, Coach, is just the look at her face, that determination she has running, and that's kind of her signature, I think.
Well, she runs hard, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So let's look at the lane assignments for heat 2, Mike. In lane 1, Port Isabel. Lane 2, Brownsville Vets. Lane 3, Westlaco. Lane 4, Palmview. Lane 5, Wesco East. Lane 6, McCallum Memorial. Lane 7, Rio Grande City. And in lane 8, Gruya. Those are the lane assignments for heat 2 of the girls 4x200-meter relay. And Mike, Palmview, Weslaco, Wesco East, the three fastest qualifiers, all ran under 147.29.
Yeah, Wesco East with runners Alyssa Flores, Brisa Guzman, Sarah Juarez, and Citlali Hernandez. Coach, we saw that team a few weeks ago. And then for Wesco, you have Jenna Martinez, the first runner, and then you have Sydney Salinas, Chantel Barrera, followed by Alida Hernandez. So let's see how they do, Coach.
Yeah, let's see how they do. And they will be the lanes to watch, lane 3, 4, and 5. Coming to you from Bobby Lackey Stadium, the Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association Meet of Champions. Beautiful Bobby Lackey Stadium. K-West, the best at what they do, bringing to you events from the Mid-Valley featuring WISD athletes and students. Remember, Wesco ISD is the place to be.
It is the right choice.
It's the right choice, Mike, and that's for sure. I know all three of my children are products of WISD, and I have no complaints about their successes. So, outstanding job, and Dr. Canales has come in and hasn't missed a beat, and everything seems to be running smoothly. There's the new boss over here at the athletic department at Wesco High School, and of course Coach Brigette across town. Big O running everything in between, and of course a very supportive school board that want the best for everyone. Have made this all possible. Coming to you live on K-West. And we have the beginning of Heat 2. Let's see where they stand. Really, nobody has really broke stagger. A little bit there, maybe lane 6. Let's see who makes the first handoff. I believe it's Palmview. Is that Palmview in the middle?
Yeah, lane 4 is Palmview, Coach.
I believe they may have made the first handoff. Let's see right here. There's Brisa Guzman from Weslaco, and there is Sydney Salinas from Weslaco High. Wesco East looks like here in lane 8 actually may be in the lead, which is unusual, but could be. Gruya.
And here's the third handoff, Coach. And as we mentioned earlier, this is where the runners that are inside the track start making some moves here, and that's when this is where things get interesting.
Well, we've lost Gruya there. I see Wesco East.
Very close race.
Is that them way outside?
I think that's
Oh, that's Gruya outside. Yeah,
Right.
but what happened to Palmview? I'm sorry.
Fort Isabel, lane 1.
Weslaco actually took the handoff first, and here she comes, blowing by Lali Hernandez.
That's Alida Hernandez there for Wesco High making the
See,
move.
nobody in lane 4, Mike. Did they drop the baton, or
Perhaps
it's
they,
going to be Wesco East here in the finals?
it's Lali making a strong move at the end. This is going to be interesting, but it looks like
First, second,
right. It looks like Wesco High is going to
and
finish
lane
first.
1, I believe Port Isabel was third.
Hernandez on the entry.
What happened? There comes Palmview there at the end. I'm wondering if they dropped the baton or they had some sort of problem during the race, but it ended up Weslaco 1, Wesco East 2. Outstanding run for the WISD teams.
Yeah, all of a sudden, Coach, like you mentioned, they just kind of disappeared
Yeah,
from the
Palmview
picture.
just disappeared over here on the third handoff.
The Rio Grande Valley.
And look at her go
They're giving out.
for Wesco. I believe that's Alida Hernandez.
You can pick up a
And then watch Lali here, Coach, coming on strong toward the end, almost catching up to Alida, but Alida was able to hold her off there. And looked like Gruya finished in third place.
Well, you got to know Lali. You know, she's a groundbreaker, a record setter, a trend setter, a pioneer, however you want to put it. Running hard in a relay for her teammates, obviously as part of her makeup. But that's outstanding job in the girls 4x200 meter relay. Next up on the track will be Heat 1 of the boys, Mike. They're running at a record set by PSJ North in 2007 of 129.02.
Yeah, that took place 10 years ago, Coach, in 2007, as you mentioned.
Yeah, that's a graduation year of my son. Lane 1, Mike, we got Raymondville. Lane 2, Rio Grande City. Lane 3, Harlingen. Lane 4, Vela. Fastest qualifier at 131.5. Lane 5, Westlaco. 131.54. Lane 6, Economides. Lane 7, Donna. And then lane 8, Monte Alto. There they are again. And Heat 1 of the boys 4x200 meter relay. The record, once again, is 129.02. And Heat 2, Mission, San Benito, both ran 130. That record could be in jeopardy today, Mike.
Well, yep, let's see what happens here. You know, we keep saying it over and over. This is a good day to run. You know, the winds are pretty calm, and the weather is great. The track's in great condition. So, you know, if they bring the right race, or, you know, they bring the right I don't know, how would you say, Coach, a formula, the right,
Yeah,
the right everything, the team comes through, we could have a record-breaking day.
excuse me there. I thought I was going to sneeze. Definitely didn't want to sneeze on the air. Breaking news, those of you watching the track meet and not watching the basketball, number 1 seed Gonzaga is starting their way into the Final Four. And this is the second heat of the boys 4x200 meter relay. And looks like everybody's kind of holding serve right here, Mike. The team in red there on the outside, I believe that may be Economides actually gaining some ground. But the first handoff, I believe, was Harlingen.
I think Westlaco here is trying to make a move here, but you're right. Economides was the one that was kind of making a move a little bit earlier.
Let's check out the handoffs again.
Here we go.
Westlaco first in that picture. Vela goes out of the lane. I don't know if they completed the handoff.
But that's Alex Lara, Coach. They're in lane number 5 there.
Well, Alex didn't have the kind of finish he wanted in the hurdles. Maybe he's seeing a chance to make that up to his teammates right here.
And Boni Rios from Edinburgh Economides there with a solid run there and a handoff to Pete Segura there. So see what happens now. That's what Westlaco
Well,
Highs.
he's in good shape right now, Mike. It looks like Westlaco High and Economides kind of going to 1-2 it as they go past this. Westlaco High got about a 10-meter lead.
That's Mark Lara, Coach, with the baton there for Westlaco there.
And the winner's going to be the Panthers from Westlaco in Heat 1 of the boys 800-meter relay. Great leg by Mark Lara. Putting them in position to bring home the win in that race. As you called it here, Mark Lara just blows the doors open. Good sound handoff. And look at the knees of this young man as he comes around the corner, Mike. He's not going to be caught. And once again, your winner in Heat 1 of the boys 4x200 meter or the 800 meter relay going to be Westlaco.
And to see that at the very end, Coach, Edinburgh Economides made a little push there, but just not enough and out of time there.
So it looks like there may have been some problem with the handoffs. There's a red flag going to be discussed at the finish line, and we'll let you know if that changes anything. But there's a certain area where you can make the handoff. There's a certain area where you cannot run into somebody else and cause a disqualification. So we'll see if that affects anything. But let's look at Heat 2. Once again, this is the hot Heat 2, the faster of the two heats. in lane 1, St. Joe's, featuring quarterback Kai Money, who also placed high in the jumps today, Mike. Good to see athlete the caliber of Kai Money out there running. Lane 2, PSJ Southwest. Lane 3, Pioneer. Lane 4, Mission. Lane 5, San Benito. Lane 6, Palmview. Lane 7, La Feria. And in lane 8, Mission Vets. Again, fastest qualifier, middle of the track, Mission, 130.68. San Benito, 130.87. And Pioneer, 131.04. Running at a record of 129.02.
And while we have a few minutes, Coach, do I have time to?
Oh,
give
sure.
the
Let's
result?
hit the
Okay.
girls' relay.
Yeah, the girls' 4x200 meter relay. In third place was Brownsville Hano. In second place is Westaco East. That consists of runners Alyssa Flores, Brisa Guzman, Sarah Juarez, and Citlali Hernandez. And your winners with a time of 146.56 is Westaco High with runners Jenna Martinez, Sydney Salinas, Chantel Barrera, and Alida Hernandez. Again, this is the girls' 4x200 meter relay.
Well, you know, we gave a shout out to our old buddy Terry Beitler the other day, and then I'm looking right here at the start of this race. There's my wife down there by the start line. So she's here watching the track meet. She loves WISD and has been an employee here for a long time. And this is heat 2 of the boys' 800 meter relay. And once again, Mike, looks like the first legs are kind of holding serve there. And the handoffs are taking place. This is where things start to change. Looks like San Benito got a pretty smooth handoff, as did the Lobos. That's Palmview, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Palmview, Coach, making a little move there, but Mission Vets trying to hold on there. As we see the third handoff.
Wow. Is that Palmview? They just jumped out. Is that my goodness. I believe that's Palmview, Mike.
I believe you're right, Coach.
And San Benito is in second right now because of the staggers.
Then we see somebody there coming, what is it, lane 4 it looks like.
That Mission, well, Mission had the fastest qualifying time, so they may have started off with their slower runners and be handing it off to what an old coaching buddy of mine called the Jet. You got the Jet at the end. It didn't matter what the first 3 are.
And now in this turn, we see Mission and San Benito making a move here, trying to hold off the Lobos. The Lobos still holding first place there, but look at Mission there, Coach.
Here comes Mission, and you know what? They look like they had the Jet at the end.
That's right.
You know, an old coaching buddy of mine used to say you could run 3 turtles in a Jet and have a chance. Well, they ran, I'm not going to say they ran 3 turtles, but they had a Jet at the end. Because he went from 3rd or 4th place to win, Mike.
And as a matter of fact, Coach, I just read the lips of the Mission runner. That's Jesus Vera. He uttered the words, wow. Let's look at the
look
replay
at him
here.
right now. He's in 4th, Mike.
Yeah, and then we see this final handoff
He
here.
takes the handoff in 4th place.
And then wham, look at that move there. Look at that curve.
Okay, he's already in 2nd. He passed San Benito. He's already in 2nd. San Benito is an outside lane. He's got to catch Palmview.
Yeah, that's Alexis Gonzalez from Palmview, Coach, that was trying to hold him off. And then just Jesus Vera there, just with a strong finish there at the end.
Outstanding run. And remember, the record was 129.02. It'll be interesting to see what the official time of that was, Mike. It felt pretty fast.
Right. We'll wait for those results. And our crew up here up in the press box, the outstanding job getting to us the results
they
very
do a
quickly.
Great job. You know, people love. We're going to have district here, and we're going to have area here, correct?
I believe so, Coach.
And the reason that things get put here is
Because of
because
this.
the professionalism of K-West and the professionalism of the people who work in the press box. Outstanding job all around. And there's your official times. You can see them there on the board. And we will read those to you as soon as we can. But coming up first, I believe we're going to have the boys' 400-meter wheelchair, Mike. Again, the same 3 young men, Christian Trejo from PSJ Southwest, Joe Solis, and Leroy Garcia from Westlaco. 400 meters is one time around.
One whole lap, Coach.
Following that, we will have the girls 400 meter, the boys 400 meter, And then, as I always tell you, when we do track meets coming here from Bobby Lackey Stadium, at 400 is where you start the countdown. Do 400, 300, 200. 300 hurdles, 200 dash, 1-1.
That's
the
right.
The mile relay, and we're going home.
That's right, Coach. I remember last year when we were here, that's exactly how you explained it to me, and you're correct. 4, 3, 2, 1. And so
well, you know, back in my coaching days, the kids would say, what's next? What's next? Well, here's how you know what's next. You got the 4, 3, 2, 1, 1.
And let me tell you, Coach, working with you and just working with the guys here, it's so much fun, and we have a great time here working with the crew, and you know, it's
Well, Mike,
it's
and
just a
I've learned a
blessing.
lot from you. You are invaluable as far as stats and knowing
History.
personnel and history and names. And your professionalism as a reporter is really, I hate to say I'm part of the media, but you have made me feel that way. And of course, all the guys at K-West have been outstanding. I went from being a dumb old coach to a guy that hopefully you enjoy listening to and maybe learn a thing or two from when you're watching things on WISD.
Absolutely.
K-West.
Big plus, Coach, having a guy like you on our staff or a member of our team is just we get to pick your brain. And like today, where I am asking you, like, why are these runners standing like that? Or what do you think the judge is talking to them about that? And this is where a person like you really comes in handy and educates not only me, but our audience out there.
Well, Mike, let's give a hand right here to Joe Solis from Weslaco. His qualifying time was 1:04. He's going to have about the same time, but from start to finish, outstanding effort by Joe. Following will be Leroy, right here in the white helmet, Leroy Garcia, who did 1:31.8 yesterday. He's going to crash that time, Mike.
Outstanding job, Coach. It doesn't matter where you finish. And I mean, let's give credit to Joe Solis for just making this race look
and
easy.
Here comes Christian Trejo, who went 1:56 yesterday. He's going to blow that away.
But yeah, doing this one time around, Coach.
Mike, you and I couldn't do this.
No way. No way. I don't think I could go 50.
We couldn't drive home when it was over because we would have forearm cramps so bad.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Outstanding job, guys. That's the boys and girls. I'm sure girls are eligible also, but that's the 400-meter wheelchair race. And let's look at your winner, Joe Solis. Mike, just look at the power. His hand slipped right there on that stroke, but look at the power he's exuding.
Determination. I mean, just look
And
at his
rhythm.
face.
You know, we talked about rhythm in the hurdles. Look at the rhythm Joe has right here. You know, I know he went up to regionals and competed last year. I think he wants to go up there and win.
Absolutely. I mean, the way he's racing, Coach, and I mean, you and I were chit-chatting right now as the race started, and just we all of a sudden look at the track, and there we see Joe all of a sudden, and you know, in the last 100 meters, like, oh my God, he went around pretty quick.
Yeah, he did a great job. Up next will be the girls' 400-meter dash. And their lane assignments for Heat 1 in Lane 1, Jada Lee from Edcal Chelsea. Lane 2, Adriana Cruz from Edinburgh. Lane 3, Ava Gomez from Port Isabel. Lane 4, Juliana Guerrero from Harlingen. Lane 5, Catherine DeLeon from McCallum Memorial. Lane 6, Kate Rodriguez, Pioneer. Lane 7, Kaylin De La Rosa from Gruya. And in Lane 8, Avery Viano from Hannah. Fastest qualifier in Lane 4, 1:03.64. 1:03.40. Juliana Guerrero from Harlingen. And they're running at a time set in 2000 by Didi Cortez of 56.81. Mike, you don't know how fast that is for a girl, 56.81. That's an outstanding time.
For a 400-meter dash, yeah, absolutely. That's a terrific run there, Coach. Do I have time to give one result, Coach? Before
I
we
think
start?
so.
Okay, well, let's announce the boys 4x200-meter relay. In third place was San Benito. In second place was La Jolla. And in first place with a time of a 1:29.70 is Mission High, which consists of runners Alex Cordova, Sebastian Gonzalez, Jose Cantu, and Jesus Vera.
Outstanding job, Mission. Winner of the Meet of Champs, boys, 800-meter relay. Heat one of the girls, 400-meter dash. That's one time around.
Set.
Gun is up. And a good start. Remember the fastest qualifier in lane 4, Juliana Guerrero from Harlingen. She's there in the red, looking strong. Girl in lane 7 actually running really well. That would be
That's Kaylin De La Rosa.
Gruya,
Second place,
actually running very well right now.
and your winner, Mission High School.
And let's see if she can hold on with about 150 meters to go, Mike.
Winning time, 1 minute.
I think Juliana Guerrero of Harlingen is starting to make a move here, Coach. Let's see if I'm looking at it correctly. Yeah, I
Yeah,
believe it's her.
you're learning to see these things, Mike. That's a good call right there. Looks like we have somebody in lane 3 coming strong also. That would be Ava Gomez from Port Isabel. And Ava Gomez from Port Isabel is going to be your winner in Heat 1 of the girls 400-meter dash. Ran a route right at 1 minute even. We'll be seeing that on the finals papers, but nice run. Ava Gomez, Port Isabel, the winner of Heat 1. Lane assignments for Heat 2. Lane 1 from Port Isabel, Natalie Garza. Mike, they're going to have a pretty good mile relay team. They got 2 girls running in the finals of the 400.
We see the replay here where Juliana takes over the race here. And, yeah, you're right. Adriana Cruz makes a move here as well.
Look at this run right here. She goes from about 4th to 1st, right about there. Right now, she's about 3 meters ahead. And you're going to see as she straightens out, she's going to end up winning by about 5 meters.
You know, and I wonder, Coach, if Juliana Guerrero maybe perhaps started cramping or something happened to her, because I was watching her right after the race, Coach, across, past the finish line, and she kind of went down on her knees there and was just kind of, you know, I don't know if maybe she was in a little bit of pain or something.
Well,
but
she may be a jumper, Mike. She may be on one of the relays. It's been a long 2 days for these young athletes. You know,
Right.
they did prelims yesterday and had to run again today. So let's look at the rest of the lane assignments for Heat 2. Once again, in lane 1, Port Isabel's Natalie Garza. Lane 2, Valerie Tobias from IDEA in Edinburgh. Nyla Vela in lane 3 is from Mission Vets. In lane 4, Jada Mohammed from Vela. In lane 5, Daniela Echavarria from McAllen. Lane 6, Westlaco's Eleanor Arndt. In lane 7, Alexandra Williams from La Jolla. And in lane 8, Yvonne Sanchez from Donna. Fastest qualifier in lane 4, Jada Mohammed from Vela, 101.69.
Coach, and if there's something we learned from earlier today is that Edinburgh IDEA, their school colors are green and yellowish.
Right,
so
and Valerie Tobias can run.
Right.
It's the same girl we learned earlier.
Exactly.
Let's see how she can do in the 400. Following the 400, we'll have the 300-meter hurdles. So there's some exciting races coming up. Some of my favorites right here, the 400.
On your marks.
Yeah, the boys run in the 400, but the next event will be the 300 hurdles. And you have a young lady in the 400-meter dash there in lane 8, and she's in the stand-up position from Donna.
I noticed that, Coach, in the last race, there was another runner that that also did that.
Well,
so
you
they
know,
had
it's just a personal preference, but, you know, as a coach, anything under a 400, you were running out of blocks. But I had the best hurdler I ever coached in Corpus. Some days just didn't feel right in the blocks, and he ran standing up in the hurdles, which
Right.
is almost unheard of. But looks like we had a clean start there. And Eleanor Arndt in lane 6, and in lane 4, Jada Mohammed right now are in the lead.
Yeah, we see her making a move now, Coach. I think that's Mohammed, as you mentioned.
Yeah,
Jada.
she made a move early. In
Yeah.
fact, she's in the lead right now.
Yeah, as we
Once
go.
they straighten this thing out, Mike, you'll
Right.
see that she's a little bit ahead of Eleanor.
And then watch out also for lane 1. I see Port Isabel, Natalie Garza making a strong turn here. So let's see. She's in third place actually now, Coach. Watch this. Let's
Well,
see
they had a surprise winner. She's in first, Mike.
yeah, look at her now. We got the angle there. I saw that, Coach, on that curve there. She all of a sudden just turned it up a little
Well,
bit. And
let me tell you what, that's 2 heats in a row won by young ladies out of Port Isabel in the 400 meters. Like I said, later today when we run the 1,600 meter relay, I've got to believe that they're going to have a good team. Let's see if I can peek ahead to the end of the book a little bit and see if they have a team in there. I'm trying to find them. Yes, they do. They have the fastest qualifying time in the mile relay.
watch that, Coach.
Yeah, she's in about 5th right now, Mike.
And then she just all of a sudden turned on the boots.
Let me tell you what, whoever coaches those young ladies at Port Isabel in the 400 meters, congratulations, you're doing a great job.
Yeah, by the time she came on that last curve, boom,
at her.
she was
And
already.
she's finishing hard. Eleanor's a legitimate runner, and she just got her on Eleanor's home track in the Meet of Champions. And your winner of Heat 2 is going to be Natalie Garza running out of lane 1, Mike, and that's really hard to do.
Absolutely, Coach. As you mentioned, if you can beat Eleanor Art, you're a great runner because we've seen Eleanor Art run some really good races the past couple of years.
Okay, so the boys are coming up. They'll be running at a time set by Renee Rodriguez in 1992, Mike, a 47.47. Outstanding time in the 400 meters. In Heat 1, from Lyford, Jacob Sanchez. In lane 2, Christian Flores from Edinburgh North. Lane 3, Luis Escalera from Sherryland. Lane 4, Robert Martinez from McAllen. Lane 5, Josh Boteo from PSJ Southwest. In lane 6, Leo Alvarado from Wesco East. Lane 7, Cosme Ibarra from Donna. And in lane 8, H. Shihu from MMA. This is Heat 1 of the boys 400 meter dash. And so stay tuned. Following the second heat of the boys 400 meter dash, we'll have a highlight package by our main man, Carlos Robledo, and the
On your marks.
camera crew from K-West on the field events today. So stay tuned for that following the boys heat 2 of the 400 meter dash. This is heat 1 about to go. Once again, all the crew from K-West, Darlene, Val, Don, Vinny, Joe, Julian, Carlos, Mike, and myself, Coach Boswell. And the one member of the family is not here tonight, but he is here as much as anybody. And that's our man Terry. So you got the crew from K-West coming to you from Bobby Lackey Stadium, and this is Heat 1. And Mike, looks like lane 7 is running well. Looks like lane 6 is running well. But look back at lane, I believe that's 2.
Yeah, that's exactly who I was looking at as well, Coach. I wasn't sure which lane it was, but yeah, you're right. It is lane 2 there. That would be, is that Christian Flores from Edinburgh North?
I believe so.
Yes.
And he may be in the lead, Mike. Let's take a look when they come around this curve. Right about now, can you tell who's in the lead there? And he is in the lead. That Wesco East in the money here, and you're going to have in the outside lane.
I believe it's Donna, Coach, lane number 7, Cosme Ibarra there.
Yeah, I believe so too. So you got Cosme, you've got lane 2, Flores, and you had Alvarado out of lane 6. I believe those are 3 of the guys that finished well in Heat 1 of the boys 400 meter dash.
If you remember, Coach, Cosme Ibarra also had a solid meet a few weeks ago, the Jimmy Platt there. It's just that he was wearing a white shirt, so I wasn't sure if it was Donna. I'm used to seeing maroon when I see I think of Donna. And yeah, it turned out it was the
Look at him right here.
Right.
He actually gains ground on lane 2 right here at the end. But at 1, 2, 3, I believe is lane 2, lane 7.
There at the very end. Look at that, Coach.
And lane 5 or 6 right there. Let's look at the lane assignments for Heat 2. And again, remember to stay tuned for a field event highlight package coming up. In lane 1, Mikel Escobar from Ben Bolt. Mike, we got to keep our eye on him. Crestoni Martinez out of Harlingen South in 2. Francisco Flores out of PSJ Southwest in 3. Max Carmona in 4 out of Brownsville Vets, fastest qualifier, 50.95. Lane 5, Eddie Alanis Roma. Lane 6, Jorge Stenson from Hanna. Lane 7, Eddie Guzman from Vela. And lane 8, Jacob Posas out of Raymondville.
Coaches and athletes in the middle of the field, standing around, please move towards the numbers.
Got it. So here we go. Getting ready to run the hot heat. Lane 2.
Coaches and athletes,
Coming to
please
you
move
live from Bobby Lackey Stadium in Weslaco, Texas.
so that those athletes
While we have a few seconds here, Coach, I'll just very quickly give the results for the boys 400-meter dash wheelchair race. It was at third place was Christian Trejo of PSJ Southwest, Leroy Garcia of Weslaco in second, and Joe Solis, your winner out of Weslaco High, with a time of 104.55.
Outstanding job, guys. Outstanding job. Guns up for heat 2 of the boys 400-meter dash.
On your marks.
Things are moving right along. 8:05.
Well, they changed the time, Coach, if you remember when we were on spring break. So now it gets dark a little later now. Now it gets dark about sunset's about 7:40 right now, 7:45 here in Weslaco. And so, yeah, we'll have daytime for a good while before before the lights come on and darkness falls here at Bobby Lackey Stadium.
Well, you know, when that time change took place, my wife and I were in Arizona, and they don't recognize daylight savings time. So
I remember that, yes.
So it was really weird. Here we go, heat 2 of the boys 400-meter dash. Running well in lane 6. That would be Jorge Stinson out of Hanna. Also in the middle of the track in the headband. I can't tell. Maybe that's Francisco Flores, but I would keep my eye on Ben Bolt. Looks like he's not in this race, though. Is that Mission Vets right there in the middle? Brownsville Vets.
Brownsville Vets, right. And then now we have in lane, I believe, Roma, Coach, making a little move there toward the end. But, yeah, it looks like
Brownsville
veterans.
Vets is going to win it post to post.
Oh!
Lane 2 was second. That was Cristoni Martinez from Harlingen South. And that's 1 and 2 in the boys 400 meters. Let's take a quick look at that replay here in a second.
I don't know if you saw, Coach, at the very end, the young man from Roma,
Yeah,
Eddie Alanis, dive. That is legal, correct?
Yeah, it is, but it's not going to help you, and that track bites, okay? It eats up skin, so it's not something you want to do a bunch. But the young man right here from Brownsville Vets, Max Carmona, nice job right in the middle of the track, and he's going to be your winner in the boys 400-meter dash. And Mike, while we've got a little break in time, let's take a minute and go to the field events and Carlos Robledo on a package filmed earlier today.
Here are some highlights from earlier today, the field events at the 42nd Annual Meet of Champs. In the shot put, boys action. This is PSJ Southwest sophomore Diego Trevino with a throw of 55 feet 9 inches, and he captures first place. Boys discus, this is Sidney Mock, Port Isabel Tarpons, a throw here of 163 feet 10 inches, good enough for the gold. What a day for Brownsville Paces, Gertrudis Ruiz Bailly. A throw here in the shot put, 38 feet. She captures the gold, but she wasn't done. Ruiz Bailly firing a throw here of 123 feet 5 inches in first place in the discus. 2 golds for Ruiz Bailly. Boys triple jump, the winner here, Gustavo Vasquez from Edinburgh Economides, 44 feet 11 inches, first place. To the long jump now, Oscar Cantu from PSJA North, 22 feet 6 3/4 inch, first place for him. In the triple jump, girls, Juliana Guerrero of Harlingen with a jump here, 36 feet 6 inches, and a little emotional after she learns she picks up first place.
You're the best in the Rio Grande Valley. This is called the Meet of Champs for a reason. How does it feel?
It feels amazing to know that all these athletes come out here. Like, it's not just me. We all put in all the hard work and we put in all this time. And for me to be able to come out where I did is just like, I understand the struggle that we all go through. And to come out up there is just, it's a blessing.
Girls long jump, Mirna Tames, La Jolla Palmview, 17 feet, 6 inches, bringing home the gold for the Lady Lobos. And in the boys pole vault, Marcus Ramirez with a new Valley's best, 15 feet, 6 inches, and he's bringing home the gold for Harlingen South.
It's more of a mental thing than anything. It's just a barrier that I'm finally trying to cross, so getting out of my mind just let me clear it like nothing.
Those are a look at some of the field event highlights at the 42nd Annual Meet of Champs here in Weslaco.
Outstanding package there on the field events at the Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association Meet of Champions. We are moving along here at Bobby Lackey Stadium. Our next event will be the girls 300-meter hurdles. This is Coach John Boswell along with Mike Gonzalez coming to you live. And let's look at the lane assignments for Heat 1 of the girls 300-meter hurdles. Mike, they're running at a record set by, once again, Leah Brown in 2013 of the time 43.24. In Heat 1, Lane 1, Christina Vela from Gruya. Lane 2, Yasmin Gonzalez from McAllen Memorial. Lane 3, Marissa Arce from Edinburgh. Lane 4, Skylar Hernandez from McAllen. Lane 5, Divani Castillo from San Benito. Lane 6, Melanie Arenas from Donna. Lane 7, Valeria Reese from Brownsville Vets. And in Lane 8, Adriana Lucero from Lyford. Fastest qualifier in this heat, Lane 4, time of 49.40, Skylar Hernandez from McAllen. Mike, I think Leah Brown's record's safe. Fastest qualifier in either heat ran 46.6. But the young lady in Heat 2, Gabby Garza, she runs really well, even though she's the second fastest qualifier. I think she ran just fast enough to qualify yesterday. And for those of you that missed the highlight package, we'll run that thing again coming up following the boys' hurdle race leading into the mile or the 1,600 meters. Here's Heat 1 of the girls, 300-meter hurdles. That's 300 meters over 8 hurdles. And in the middle of the track, running strong from McAllen is the leader, Skylar Hernandez. But look at the young lady coming from McAllen Memorial. So you got McAllen High, McAllen Memorial, and Edinburgh right here running nearly side by side. But the young lady from McAllen Memorial and Edinburgh takes the lead. And Melissa Arce is going to be the winner of Heat 1. Second place is going to be Yasmin Gonzalez from McAllen Memorial. And those will be 1 and 2. And Heat 1, you know, so many things can happen in a 300-meter hurdle race, Mike. And young lady from McAllen looked like she was out strong. And somewhere about the 5th hurdle kind of lost stride, lost momentum somehow. And right here, she's in great shape, Mike. You catch her there actually passing people. Let's see if we can find out where she kind of falters. She had it right here at the top of the curve. She's the lead. And right there, she had to chop her feet, and Edinburgh and McAllen Memorial gain on her. Watch all three go over that hurdle together. But now in the baby blue, McAllen Memorial starts moving ahead, and here comes Edinburgh, Mike.
Around that last curve, Yasmin Gonzalez looked like she was going to take control, but then you see Marissa Arce, like in the last, I would just say maybe the last 50 yards, the last 50 meters there, she just takes over and finishes there strong. And Skylar Hernandez perhaps just maybe ran out of gas or something there toward the end.
So let's look at Heat 2, lane assignments. Lane 1, Diana Pettis from Sherryland. Lane 2, Anaya Chalif Reina from McAllen. Lane 3, Jasmine Tullock from Harlingen. Lane 4, Kathia Nish from McAllen Memorial, fastest qualifier, 46.67. Lane 5, woman to watch, Gabby Garza from St. Joe's. Lane 6, Kaylee Hassenfleck from Sherryland. Lane 7, Brittany Cano from Palmview. And in lane 8, Carolina Alamio from Gruya. Once again, fastest qualifier in lane 4, Kathy Nish, but the girl to watch in lane 5, Gabby Garza from St. Joe's.
All 200 meters.
And let's see who's over the first hurdle first, and it's going to be Gabby Garza.
All 200
Gabby
meters.
Garza from St. Joe over the second hurdle first. And Gabby Garza over the third hurdle first. Mike, right now, Gabby Garza and Kathy Nish from McAllen Memorial are 1-2. But Gabby is way out.
But she was a young lady, coach, we saw earlier that just kind of came out of nowhere. And I forgot what event it was.
Well, it was in the 100-meter hurdles, Mike.
It was a hurdles,
and
okay.
it was just based on her time and her lane. She is one of the most quality hurdlers in the South Texas area. She just didn't have to run very hard to qualify is what happened there. She was the easy winner. Gabby Garza, I believe Kathia Nish from McAllen Memorial was second. But from hurdle 1 through 8, she was the winner.
Now, I would say she's going to be the overall winner of the event. Yeah, she did an outstanding job there and just took over, Coach. After, I don't know, I would say the first 100 meters here, we see the replay. Just watch her jump. She was the first one to jump, as you mentioned, and just watch her pass everybody there. And then once she passes that second hurdle, she just took over the race, and there was no looking back.
She's way out right now, Mike, and she holds on. Here comes Nice, though, from McAllen Memorial, trying to give an effort here. But it ends up 1-2, and they lead from the beginning to the end, 1-2. And the girls 300-meter hurdles.
Yeah, Kathy Nish is actually the runner I was watching before you mentioned Gabby, and then I saw how far ahead Gabby was ahead. I was like, oh my God. But yeah, I thought for a second there that perhaps Nish out of McAllen Memorial was going to maybe make a run at it. But
well,
yeah,
you know what? She ran a 43-something there. It'll be interesting to look at the official time when we get it, Mike. But let's look at Heat 1 of the boys. They're running a time set by the young man we talked about in 2012, Randy Bermea. Ran 36.75. And let me tell you what, that record is going to be safe. But let's look in lane 1. Marte Rodriguez from St. Joe's. Lane 2, Diego Ortiz from Sherryland. Lane 3, Alex Lara from Westlaco. Lane 4, Israel Virial from Harlingen South. Lane 5, Manuel Lerma from McAllen. Lane 6, Justin Guerra from Edinburgh North. Lane 7, David Lopez from Mercedes. And in lane 8, Ryan Villanueva from La Feria, fastest qualifier in Heat 1. Lane 4 is Israel Virial, Harlingen South, time of 41.43. Guns up and
so we got a false start, right?
Yeah, well, I haven't heard a second gun, but obviously they're bringing them back.
For information, ladies and gentlemen,
I believe
eyesight to your right.
that would have been Edinburgh North, maybe, that jumped there. Justin Guerra. Let's see if they remove him from the race, and it looks like they're going to. Picked the blocks up and told him, you can go over on the AstroTurf. Turn the block sideways.
And he knew right away, Coach, before nobody didn't have to tell him, and he feels guilty, and it happens, Coach.
Well, you know what? It does happen, and in an event like the 300 hurdles, when you have 300 meters, Mike, to run, if you don't have a great start, you've got 300 meters to catch people. It's not like you're running 100 or 50,
right,
where you can't afford to get behind. So the 400 and the 300, and even the 200 a little bit, have always kind of shocked me when they jump. What'd you get there? You have something we can hit real quick?
Sure, Coach. Let's. We haven't done some results in a little while, so handed to me just a second ago was the results of the 300-meter hurdles. In third place was Skylar Hernandez of. I'm sorry, I keep looking at the wrong place. Third place was Kalia Hasenfluck, I believe is how you say her name, out of Sherryland. In second place was Kathy Nish of McAllen Memorial, and your first place winner was Gabby Garza out of St. Joseph Academy with a time of 43.85. And again, this was a girls 300-meter hurdles.
Well, Mike, the record of Leah Brown was 43.24, so she's not that far away. And we got a clean start in the boys, heat 1 of the 300-meter hurdles. Running well in lane 7, Brownsville vet. I'm sorry, Mercedes, David Lopez.
Well, we got to move here, Coach. It looks like lane, what would you say, lane 5, Manuel Lerma, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
And we got a curve.
McAllen, right? Yes.
That's correct. Let's see who we got here. I think that's Alex.
Yeah, Alex is coming on strong. Alex Lana in lane 3 coming on strong. Actually in the lead right here. Harlingen South, Israel Virial, the fastest qualifier, is right with him. But the winner of Heat 1 out of Weslaco is going to be Alexander R. Lada. And we'll see what that time is when it comes in officially, but that's a good, strong run. You know, after a little bit of disappointment in the 110 hurdles, he ran a great leg on the 4x2, Mike, and came back and ran a really nice 300-meter hurdles. Let's see how that time holds up when we look at 2 heats together.
You see the replay here, Coach. See there, Alex behind for now, but then watch him make his move after this upcoming hurdle right here. Right there. There's
he starts to gain right there on the curve. He gains a hurdle right there. Right now he's in about 3rd going over that hurdle.
And if you remember, Coach, in the Jimmy Platt Invitational, Alex had some problems there in the hurdles, but it looks like he has made some adjustments here today and did an outstanding job there and had a great race here.
Well, he likes to go over the hurdle left leg first, Mike, and about hurdle number 6, he had to go over right-legged. It almost cost him some time there, but he made it over. So let's look at Heat 2 lane assignments. In lane 1, Alex Ayala from Santa Rosa. Lane 2, Michael Walden from Pisgah Memorial. Lane 3, Edgar Vasquez from Economides. Fastest qualifier in lane 4 from McAllen, Gunnar Hernandez. He ran 40.57 in prelims. In lane 5, Roel Renteria from Harlingen. Lane 6, Eric Flores from Rio Grande City. Lane 7, Michael Landovazo from Pioneer. And in lane 8, Aiden Silva from Lyford. And looks like we have a clean start. And it looks like Pioneer running well right there. But here comes McAllen, Mike.
It's a
here
Gunner.
Comes Gunner, yes.
Gunnar Henderson, Coach, actually is the guy that's making a move here, Coach. He just jumped clean there. We got somebody that fell down there. I want to say that was Edinburgh Economides' Edgar Vasquez there.
Well, look at Gunnar. Gunner's gonna take it home. And let's see if we can catch second place. Is it going to be Santa Rosa in lane 1? It sure is.
Yeah, that's correct, Coach.
So Gunnar Henderson and Alex Ayala finished 1-2 in Heat 2 of the 300-meter hurdles from the Meet of Champions here at Bobby Lackey Stadium. I think we're going to see a replay, and then we're going to go to the highlight package again on the field events. So here comes the replay. Right now, lane 7's running really well, but look at Gunnar right now, Mike. He just passed 2 right there on the curve. He is going by lane 7 right there, and he leads and holds on for the rest of that race. And there's the fall you talked about. That back, I believe that's Economides' Edgar Vasquez, as you said. But he chops his feet a little bit right here. Changed feet, but ended strong. And that's Gunnar Hernandez from McAllen. So once again, let's take a quick look at that field event package from Carlos Robledo, filmed here at the Rio Grande Valley Coach Association Meet of Champions.
Here are some highlights from earlier today, the field events at the 42nd Annual Meet of Champs. In the shot put, boys action, this is PSJA Southwest sophomore Diego Trevino with a throw of 55 feet 9 inches, and he captures first place. Boys discus, this is Sydney Mock. Port Isabel Tarpons, a throw here of 163 feet 10 inches, good enough for the gold. What a day for Brownsville Paces Gertrudis Ruiz Bailly. A throw here in the shot put, 38 feet. She captures the gold, but she wasn't done. Ruiz Bailly firing a throw here of 123 feet 5 inches in first place in the discus. 2 golds for Ruiz Bailly. Boys triple jump. The winner here, Gustavo Vasquez from Edinburgh Economides, 44 feet 11 inches, first place. To the long jump now, Oscar Cantu from PSJA North, 22 feet 6 3/4 inch, first place for him. In the triple jump, girls, Juliana Guerrero of Harlingen with a jump here, 36 feet 6 inches, and a little emotional after she learns she picks up first place.
You're the best in the Rio Grande Valley. This is called the Meet of Champs for a reason. How does it feel?
It feels amazing to know that all these athletes come out here. Like, it's not just me. We all put in all the hard work and we put in all this time. And for me to be able to come out where I did is just like, I understand the struggle that we all go through, and to come out up there is just, it's a blessing.
Girls long jump, Mirna Tames, La Jolla Palmview, 17 feet 6 inches, bringing home the gold for the Lady Lobos. And in the boys pole vault, Marcus Ramirez with a new Valley's best, 15 feet 6 inches, and he's bringing home the gold for Harlingen South.
It's more of a mental thing than anything. It's just a barrier that I'm finally trying to cross. So getting out of my mind just let me clear it like nothing.
Those are a look at some of the field event highlights at the 42nd Annual Meet of Champs here in Weslaco. Here are some highlights.
That was an outstanding to see that highlight package shown on the big screen here at Bobby Lackey Stadium. An outstanding job by Carlos Robledo and the whole K-West crew on that package. And our next event, Mike, is going to be the girls 200-meter dash. They will be running from the far side of the track. Heat 1, Lane 1, Maria Cervantes from Raymondville. Lane 2, Kendra Trevino from Rio Grande City. Lane 3, Valerie DeLeon from Edinburgh. Lane 4, Yasmin Martinez Harlingen. Lane 5, Sofia Ramirez from Vela. Lane 6, Leslie De La Cruz from PSJA. Lane 7, Charlize De La Garza from Mission Vets. And in lane 8, Karina Cantu from Gruya. The record, Mike, is 24.65, set 1980 by Patsy Sanchez. 1980. Someone who graduated in 1980 is about 55 years old.
And his name is not Coach John Bazo either, right?
No, I'm way older than 55.
1980, who had the #1 album?
I have no idea. I was already out of college in 1980.
Wow. Well, the #1 TV show, I guarantee you, was Three's Company. That was my favorite TV show.
In 1980? Were you even around in 1980?
Yeah, I was really young, but I mean, growing up watching Three's Company, you just remember seeing Jack fall down. That's all the comedy I needed.
And here we go. This is Heat 1 of the girls 200-meter dash in the Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association Meet of Champions. And right in the middle of the track, looks like you have Harlingen and Vela. Harlingen and Vela. Who is it going to be? Is it going to be Vela, Mike?
Oh, here we go. Head down, head down. Who's going to win? It looks like Vela, Coach.
So that would be Sofia Ramirez from Vela. The winner, second place, Yasmin Martinez from Harlingen. And Heat 1 of the girls 200-meter dash. Once again, they're running at a time of 24.65 set by Patsy Sanchez in 1980.
This was some race, Coach. Yasmin Martinez and Sofia Ramirez just neck and neck all the way as we see the last turn here on the replay. Just they're giving it their all. And even in lane number 3, Coach, not too far behind, but yeah, it was just Harlingen and Vela the last pretty much 100 meters there. Just credit to Sofia for just hanging in there and finishing strong there.
So we got lane assignments for Heat 2. In lane 1, Danica Camacho from PI. Lane 2, Daniela Muniz from Rio Grande City. Lane 3, Alejandra Bernal from San Benito. Lane 4, Natasha Hartman from Harlingen South. Lane 5, Alyssa Michelle Ramos from La Jolla. Lane 6, Olivia Cano from Mission. Lane 7, Jasmine Flores from Mercedes. And in lane 8, Esmeralda Cortez from La Feria. Fastest qualifier in lane 4, Natasha Hartman, time of 26.64. This is the girls' 200-meter dash from the Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association Meet of Champs. Once again, we want to thank all the K-West crew, Carlos Robledo, Julian Olivares, Joe Leal, Vinny Berry, Don Ramirez, Val Zamora, and the First Lady, Darlene Gracia, on making all this possible. That's Mike Gonzalez, and I'm Coach John Boswell, and we're here winding down the Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association Meet of Champions with the final heat of the girls' 200-meter dash. And a young lady from Harlingen South, Mike, right in the middle of the track, Natasha Hartman, running well.
We have the top 3 300-meter hurdlers to the awards area.
And on the outside from Mission, Olivia Cano. Olivia Cano. And on the inside, out of San Benito, Alejandra Bernal. Let's see how that thing all gets fixed and straightened out and picked. But outstanding run by the young lady from Mission, Olivia Cano.
Pretty solid run, Coach. She pretty much was in control right about there, Coach. Yeah.
And maybe 130 meters, 120 meters to go, and held on from an outside lane. And let me tell you, Mike, one of the problems with an outside lane is you can't see any of your competitors from out there. When you're in lane 3, 4, and 5, you can see everybody.
Right.
But when you're in lane 7, you don't see anybody.
And Alejandra Bernal with a strong second place finish there, came on strong. She was around 5th place, I think, and just was able to pass a couple of those runners and finish in second in this heat. So we'll see what the final results look like.
Okay, so now the boys will head out to run the 200-meter dash. They're running at a time of 21.13, set 1986 by Ray Ramirez. Heat 1, lane 1, Matthew Ledesma, Mercedes. Lane 2, Adrian Rodriguez, McAllen. Lane 3, Oscar Cantu, PSG North. Lane 4, Daniel Pettis from Rio Grande City. Lane 5, Joe Cavazos from Hanna. Lane 6, Brandon Virial from Arlington South. Lane 7, Jesse Alanis from Hidalgo. And in lane 8, Peter Montoya from Benbolt. Mike, those are the runners in Heat 1 of the boys 200-meter dash. And once again, we have runners from all different size schools and from all different areas of the valley, from Rio Grande City to Benbolt to Brownsville.
When you think about it, Coach, Benbolt only has a few hundred students, and then you have a school like Brownsville Hanna that has about, over 3,000.
Right.
So, that's amazing to have a runner from each school together in a race like this. So let's see what happens there. This should be fun.
And that looks like a clean start, Mike. And in the red, I believe that's Rio Grande City. He looks strong running right here. Let's see who else is with him. Yes, he's got a lead, a strong lead.
And I think that's Harlingen South, Coach, in lane number, what would it be, number 6, I think, Brandon Villar with a second place finish there.
So you had Rio Grande City's Daniel Pettis and Brandon Virial from Arlington South 1-2 in heat number 1 of the boys 200-meter dash. And we'll move on to heat 2, lane assignments in heat 2. Well, let's look at that replay first. I'm sure it'll be coming. We'll hit the lane assignments, even though these starters are moving along. And right there, those two guys are already in the lead, lane 6 and lane 4. And it's pretty much a two-man race there, Mike. San Benito in lane 2, kind of, I believe, pulling up third place right there on the inside. I'm sorry, that's McAllen in lane 2. Lane assignments for heat 2. In lane 1, Rolando Gonzalez from La Jolla. Lane 2, Edward Ayala from Westlaco. Lane 3, Tomas Ortegan from Porter. Lane 4, Justin Medina, Edcal Chelsea. Lane 5, Jared Stroud, Lyford. Lane 6, Aaron Gutierrez Rivera. Lane 7, Leo Lara from Santa Rosa. And in lane 8, Alex Garza from Weslaco. Fastest qualifier in lane 4, Justin Medina, Edcal Chelsea, a time of 23.35.
So we have 2 Weslaco runners in this race, Coach, in lane 2 and lane 8 here. So
Lane 2, lane 8.
uh-huh.
And it's good to see. But the fastest qualifier, lane 2, lane 3, lane 3, lane 4, lane 5. Obvious, though, some of the smaller A's, Mike, didn't have to run so hard to qualify, and they have come into meets, into events with not high ranks. And, well, Gabby Garza comes to mind.
Right.
She was in bad lanes twice and won 2 events, which means she didn't have to run very hard yesterday to qualify.
Yeah, she turned it up the notch when it counted most here today.
Well, I think a young lady like Gabby Garza gets some validation of running against the 6As when you're coming out of a school like
Absolutely.
St. Joe's. So right now it looks like lane 6 running well. And the middle of the track, of course, you have Edcal Chelsea's Justin Medina. But look like Rivera's Alex Gutierrez, who won earlier today, I believe the 100, Mike, is going to be your winner in the 200.
And Leo Lara from Santa Rosa made a last second push there. He might have finished second in this heat, Coach, but Edcal Chelsea's Justin Medina looked like he had second place for sure, but Leo Lara made a strong push toward the end, so it'll be interesting to see.
Well, look at lane 6 right here, Mike, and you're right, he's kind of dragging the young man from Santa Rosa with him. You know, sometimes that's all you need is someone to set the pace for you.
See, Edcal Chelsea right now is in second, Brownsville Rivera in first, but watch Santa Rosa here toward the end. Just make a finish strong here. Well, yeah.
No, Edcal's going to be second, I think.
Yeah.
But good catch there, Mike. Nice catch on the track. And that will end the boys 200-meter dash. We're down to 2 events, 4 races, actually 6 races, because there'll be 2 different 1,600-meter relays. But they will bring the starters back over here to the common area. Mike, do we have any results we haven't covered?
Yes, we do,
Let's
Coach.
go ahead and get those things.
It's been a little while, but the girls' 400-meter dash, third place was Valerie Tobias from Edinburgh IDEA. In second place was Eleanor Arndt of Weslaco. And in first place was Natalie Garza from Port Isabel with a time of 57.79. This was the girls' 400-meter dash.
You know, 57 for a girl, that's really a pretty good time.
Yeah, if you remember, Coach, she's the one that made that strong finish toward the end. Eleanor had the lead, and then just Natalie came on strong there and finished in first place. In the boys' 400-meter dash, third place, we had Christian Flores from Edinburgh North. In second place was Cosme Ibada out of Donna. And in first place was Max Carmona from Brownsville Veterans Memorial with a time of 50.82.
Well, I was hoping they would break 50, but that's still a pretty good time.
Yeah, absolutely, Coach. And now the boys' 300-meter hurdles. In third place, we have Royal Renteria from Harlingen. In second place is Alex Ayala from Santa Rosa. And in first place, Coach, was Gunnar Henderson out of McAllen High with a time of 39.03.
Yeah, he ran a strong race, that was for sure.
Now the girls' 200-meter dash, in third place, we had Natasha Hartman from Harlingen South. In second place was Alejandra Bernal from San Benito. And in first place was Olivia Cano out of Mission High with a time of 26.61.
And the boys 200? Not yet. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, we just got the boys 200, Coach. In third place was Justin Medina from Edcal Chelsea. In second place was Aaron Gutierrez from Brownsville Rivera. In your first place winner was Daniel Perez from Rio Grande City with a time of 22.95, Coach.
Well, you know, that's one of the first times today, Mike, that the winner of Heat 1 actually won the event. Outstanding job, Rio Grande City. So let's look at the young ladies, Mike, scheduled to run the 1,600 meters, or what they call the metric mile. They're running at a time of 5 minutes, 0.09 seconds, set in 2009 by Tricia Terry. Wearing the hip number 1, Brianna Robles from Palmview. Number 2, Ariana Beth Ramos from Edinburgh North. Number 3, Melody Marloquin from Edinburgh. Number 4, Bailey Villalone from Palmview. Number 5, Vianney Sanchez from Edinburgh. Number 6, Ana Sanchez from PSJ. Number 7, Dylan Guerra from Vela. Number 8, Nadia Cifuentes from Hanna. Number 9, Haley Villapando from Edcal Chelsea. Number 10, Karen Cruz from Valley View. Number 11, Valeria Diaz from Sharyland. Number 12, Nadia Gutierrez Pioneer. Number 13, Kirsten Aleman from Santa Maria.
Oh, that's
Number
a first-timer,
14,
Coach.
Tina Sierra from La Feria. Number 15, Dariana Vasquez from La Feria. And number 16, Sabrina Garcia from Frontier. And yes, that's the first time we've mentioned Santa Maria and Frontier. Maybe the first time also.
Right, right. So welcome aboard. Good to have them here with us, Coach.
Yeah, and here we go. 1,600 meters, Mike, is 4 laps. Fastest qualifier ran 5:31.35. Once again, the record for the Meet of Champs is 5 minutes, 0.09 seconds. So 5 minutes and 1 second is the record. So we're going to have quite a performance out of these young ladies to come anywhere near that record. I would hope to see some 5:20s just based on the competition in this race.
Yeah, that's absolutely, Coach. The 5:30s that we're talking about, those are seeding times. So, you know, normally in the real race, they improve their time. So, yeah, you're right. Perhaps we'll see some 5:20s here by the end of this race.
And looks like they're ready to start the girls' 1,600 meter run. Following the girls' 1,600 meter will be the boys' 1,600 meter, then 2 heats of girls' 1,600 meter relay and 2 heats of boys' 1,600 meter relay. And that will conclude the Meet of Champs for the year 2017 from Wesco, Texas, and the Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association. We're in the first 100 meters of the girls' 1,600 meter run. And as they come around, we'll be able to pick up numbers and identify these young ladies for you. Many of the uniforms look very similar. A lot of dark colors there at the front.
So eventually they'll have some separation as they...
2 girls are starting to separate already. Well, like I said, as they come around the curve, Mike, we'll see if we can pick up some numbers.
And we see a young lady there. Looks like number, what would you say, Coach, number 2, perhaps? Making a run there. Yeah, that's who it is.
Well, you see at Cal Chelsea, you see number 1 and number 2 right there at the beginning. That's Brianna Robles and Ariana Beth Ramos right there. Number 2 taking the lead. The young lady from Cal Chelsea has lost her number. I got to believe that's Haley Villapando because that's the only Cal Chelsea that I see in the race. And she's starting to stretch. Number 2, number 1, and Cal Chelsea starting to take it out right here, Mike. Ariana Beth Ramos seems to have the early lead here. They have been running for approximately 600 meters right now. And they're running 1,600 right now. That's 600.
And I mean, I imagine, Coach, they have maybe a little clock in their head, you think?
Well, they have that, and most of them will have a coach somewhere that is telling them their time or that's too fast or that's too slow. Sometimes there'll be someone every 200 meters. For sure, there's someone every lap. And that's the 2 fastest qualifiers right there. Both of them ran right around 5 minutes, 31 seconds yesterday. And they're 1 and 2 right now with number 14,
Beth Ramos.
Tina Sierra from La Feria also in the picture. But number 2 is leading number 1, and they have about a half a mile to go.
5 minutes, 1:09.
Looks like Palmview has now moved into the lead. That would be Brianna Robles. Robles and Ramos up front. And they're about to hit the 1,000 meter mark coming up here. And
We just see a lot of back and forth here with Edinburgh North jumping, Ramos jumping ahead, and then Robles then, makes a move. And
well, they have about 600 meters to go now, Mike, and all of this is guaranteeing them pretty much first and second. It's just right now, it looks like they're going to leave it to their kick, and I don't know which one of them has the better kick. If one of them starts to stretch it right now, the other one probably has the better kick.
And in third place is still Tina Sierra, who's
she was
kind of
14th.
kind of hanging around, Coach. She's finally a little bit further behind, but she is a solid third right now.
3:53.
But we still have Brianna Robles in first place. But I'm sure things are going to pick up a few notches here, Coach.
Well, I look at number 14, Mike, and she ran a 5:51 yesterday to qualify. And there's about 10 other girls from 5:32 to 5:50 who ran faster than her yesterday. And she's still in third place.
She's still in third place.
And easily in third place.
By a good solid, gosh, Coach, 20, maybe 25 yards.
Yeah, she just can't falter here this last 200 meters. And the leaders are around the 200 meters. One of the coaches just told Robles, get going, and she opened it up right there.
Yeah, she's giving herself a little bit of separation here, so she just needs to maintain her lead here. Meanwhile, Ramos from Edinburgh North is, trying her best to get up a notch. But by the looks of it, Robles is going to go away
It's
as the
going
winner.
to be Brianna Robles from Palmview, number 1. Number 2 is going to be Ariana Beth Ramos from Edinburgh North.
And then third place will be Tina Sierra, Coach, from La Feria, which, coming from a smaller school, you got to be happy if you're from La Feria.
Oh,
as a
yeah,
coach.
outstanding job. And good, strong finish. Outstanding job. To see La Feria jump in and do that. And as I said earlier, that the highlight package was outstanding. And that was the girls' 1,600 meter run. The thing that always amazes me about that is they know that for sure nobody past 6th place is getting any kind of award, and they still push it home.
Absolutely.
That's just the kind of kid you have that runs distances. And look at her stretch it right here. But look at the teammate of Ramos right there, encouraging her to close the ground.
Keep going. Keep going.
Keep working, and you're going to be okay. And it's awesome to see that kind of teamwork and camaraderie between the athletes. But your easy winner at about 5:07, which would be, Mike, I said I was hoping to see it in the 5:20s, and we saw 5:07, and second place was probably in the 5:10s. And these young ladies probably know each other from cross country and probably know each other from years past.
Probably summer track.
And summer track, and they're sitting there laughing and hooting and hollering, and they're walking away together.
It's competition, but then afterwards you're friends.
Oh, sure, And I think this is the kind of event that you can do stuff like that in, but outstanding job. So let's look at the lane assignments for the boys' 1,600 meter run. And Mike, they're running the time set by Richard Longoria again in 1980.
1980, Coach.
Of 4 minutes, 12.59 seconds.
Wow.
Now, there's been some outstanding distance runners in the Valley, and 4:12 is outstanding. Wearing number 1, Dominic Cavazos from Mercedes. Number 2, Daniel Dela Cruz from Donna North. Wearing 3, Cruz Gomez from Pistia Memorial. 4, Tristan Pena from Edinburgh North. 5, Alicio Rodriguez from Palmview. 6, Edward Ramos from Harlingen. 7, Evans Williams from McAllen Memorial. 8, Brandon Gracia, Rio Grande City. 9, Aldo Nava from Edinburgh North. 10, Paco Rodriguez from McAllen. 11, Jonathan Reyes from Mercedes. 12, Juan Santana Chariz from Edinburgh North. 13, Mikel Escobar from Bembolt. 14, Everardo Esparza from Progreso. 15, Ricardo Martinez from Hidalgo. And 16, Jesus Guerrero, Hidalgo. Those will be your participants in the boys 1,600 meter run. Once again, that's 4 laps here at Weslaco's beautiful Bobby Lackey Stadium for the Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association 42nd Annual Meet of Champions Track Meet, coming to you on a beautiful Saturday night. The current temperature, Mike, is, according to my phone, is 80 degrees, which is not too hot, not too cold.
When we got here at 2 o'clock, Coach,
It was in the 90s, wasn't it?
I would say 92, 93 degrees easily. And it got warmer as we were out there in the field events.
He looks like your early leader, Mike, wearing number 5, Alessio Rodriguez from Palmview. Too big a group to pick everyone out there. We're going to have to wait to see this thing separate a little bit. But I see some other single digits. I see number 4, number 5.
All 16 runners, Coach, I would say are no more than 15 yards apart. I mean, everybody's still pretty much together, so anything can happen.
Yeah, in one lap, Mike, that happens, but I already see it starting to stretch right here.
As they make their moves here.
And again, as soon as we can get a better look at those hip numbers, we'll identify your front runners. But I believe, again, it's number 5, Alicio Rodriguez. Number 4, Tristan Pena. I can't tell who's in 3rd place there, Mike. Can you?
Let's see here. I'm trying to look the back of his uniform there.
I'm looking for Mercedes because we know the young man Dominic Cavazos, the outstanding runner.
See if we can see there the school or the number. Might be number 12.
I see 5, 4,
12.
And you're right. Number 12, Juan Santana Chariz. I apologize on that name, from Edinburgh North.
He's in 3rd place right now. But yes,
I'm trying to locate our guy Dominic Cavazos. I'm not seeing him. There he comes.
He's in the back.
He's kind of in the middle of the pack right now. Yeah. I don't know if he's going to be able to come back there. This young man has quite a lead. Eliseo Rodriguez from Palmview. Actually, he's opened that thing up to about 30 meters, Mike, or is it more?
It is quite a bit, Coach. I would say
it's about 30.
Good solid 30, easily.
He must not, and you know, you've heard me say this, he must not have a huge kick. So he's going to try to run them down early so that they don't have any energy in the last lap. Because for anybody to catch him right now, they're going to expend a lot of energy. Number 4 and number 12 again are right there. Juan from Edinburgh North is number 12. Number 4 is Tristan Pena from Edinburgh North. So you got 2 Edinburgh Norths. They're used to working out together. They're in hot pursuit of Rodriguez from Palmview.
Oh, right next to each other, Coach. Yeah, as you mentioned, 2 Edinburgh North runners there, right next to each other, standing side by side. But Eliseo Rodriguez still with a pretty healthy lead here.
Yeah, healthy lead. It's about 20, 25 meters right now. Let's see. When those guys hit midfield, he's at it's about 20.
And you got one of the runners from Edinburgh North has gone into 2nd place there.
I've got to believe that's number 4, Tristan Pena, but I could be wrong.
Let's see as they make a
okay, we're at 150 meters from the finish line, so if you're going to kick, Mike,
now's the time.
Now's the time, and this young man that's out in the lead is taking the lead the whole match, and he looks like he's running out of gas. He's looking around. He's actually kind of loosened up right there, Mike.
Yeah, he
I
is.
thought he was tying up.
Yeah, he was looking kind of a behind to see if anybody was right behind him, and no, there wasn't. And so yeah, he finished the race strong, and it looked like number 4, Tristan Pena, remained in second.
Well, you know, that's going to be a little bit of a surprise winner coming out of the 5th qualifying place from Palmview, Eliseo Rodriguez. Your winner in the boys 1,600-meter run. A little bit of a coming out of nowhere type deal, and I'm sure he's an outstanding runner. But 5th qualifier coming in, and be interesting to see what his time ends up being, Mike. But outstanding run. Look at him here. I felt like he was starting to tie up. Watch him look.
He has a
Right
little
there. Where are they? That's usually a sign of, I don't know if I can finish this thing. And then right now, he turns his head back and says, you know what, I can finish. And 1,001, 1,002, about 2 seconds ahead of the second place runner. And they are congratulating each other. Outstanding run.
And I don't know if you noticed, Coach, right before they showed the replay, he actually fell into somebody's arms. They're like, oh my goodness.
I'm sure he's down
He's
again.
exhausted. He's exhausted.
Oh, I'm exhausted watching him run.
So 4 laps is quite a bit.
You know, I love the mile, Mike. I can watch people run it all day. And so let's look at the next event, your final event of the evening for the girls. There will be, again, 2 heats of the girls' 1,600-meter relay, or the girls' 4x400. The record, Mike, was set in 2014 with a time of 4 minutes, 0.83 seconds, set by Westlaco, the team of Carranza, De Leon, Villarreal, and De Leon. And we know who the Villarreal is, right?
That would be Angela, I believe,
That
right?
would be Angela playing at RGV right now in the
Right.
basketball team. And let's look at the lane assignments for Heat 1, Mike. In Lane 1, La Feria. Lane 2, Westlaco. Lane 3, Edinburgh. Lane 4, McAllen. Lane 5, Nicky Rowe. Lane 6, Pioneer. Lane 7, Brownsville Vets. And in Lane 8, Rio Hondo. Fastest qualifiers in Lane 4 from McAllen. Their time was 4:15.25. Once again, the record set 3 years ago of 4 minutes, 0.83 hundredths of a second.
It was a pretty fresh record there, Coach.
Oh, yeah. We were doing this. I want to say that was my first year doing this. Let's see, 14, 15, 16, 17. Maybe I was on the PA back then. Before I started working K-West on track meets, I was PA on the track meets. So, but here we go. It's going to be Heat 1 of 2. The fastest qualifiers in Heat 2, Lane 4. We've been watching these girls all day, Mike. Port Isabel has an outstanding 1,600-meter relay team. What are they, 4A?
Yeah, there are 4.
To me, that's a big deal if a 4A school can win the 1,600-meter relay. Because, you know, winning an individual event, you can have a great athlete at a 1A school, at a Class B school, at a 6-man football school. But to have 4 girls good enough from Port Isabel to beat the McAllens and the Harlingen and the Weslacos, that would be pretty outstanding.
Absolutely, yeah. That's in the next heat, correct? That's in the next.
That's in the next heat.
Race, and then in this one, representing 4A is La Feria in Lane 1 and Rio Hondo in Lane 8, going up against like the Weslacos, the McAllens, the McAllen Rose, the Sharyland Pioneers, and Brownsville Memorial.
Good mixture in both heats. You know, there's been a good mixture of classifications in all the races today.
Right.
We've had some Ben Bolts and some Santa Marias and some Lagruias and some Lavillas and, you know, and some Monte Alto. I mean, and here we go. My man Shorty up there on the starters platforms. You know, us old track coaches, Mike, there's a couple things you do. You become a starter, like all these guys down here are all former track coaches, or you become a commentator.
Absolutely. And well, you get to be in here with us hanging out. So I think you got the best I think from everybody.
And once this race gets going, Mike, if you want to hit the the boys mile, you can do that.
Okay, Coach.
Looks like we have a clean start, so let's go ahead and get the top 3 in the boys 1600.
Sure. The boys 1600. Third place was Juan Santana Charillas from Edinburgh North. In second place was Tristan Beño, also from Edinburgh North, and your winner with a time of 4:22.54 was Eliseo Rodriguez from La Jolla Palmview, Coach. And now the girls' 1600-meter run. In third place, we had Tina Sierra from La Feria. In second place was Ariana Beth Ramos from Edinburgh North. And your winner with a time of 5:07.15 was Brianna Robles from La Jolla Palmview.
Outstanding job to those people in the 1600 meters. And this is heat 1 of the girls' 1600 meter relay. And we just talked about the 1600 meter, and one of the best 1600 meter runners in the history of the Valley just walked into the box.
Yeah.
As Juan Davila. He ran at Pan Am, and he ran at Northwood up in Dallas. Now one of the coaches at Donna High School. Outstanding miler, 2-miler, half-miler, cross-country runner. But we're looking at heat 1 of the girls' 1600 meter relay. And Weslaco is currently in second. Mike, can you pick who that is in first?
Let's see if when they make this turn here, if we can get a number here, and we'll be able to identify
a number or a uniform. That's
or uniform, absolutely.
Yeah.
Looks like they have a letter M right in the middle.
Is that
McAllen High? That is McAllen High, Coach.
Yeah, that's McAllen. They had the fastest qualifying time. Weslaco running Elida Hernandez along with Elia Garza, Eva Perez, and Eleanor Arndt is right now about to move into the lead, going into the third runner, and the baton is handed off. Remember, there's 2 heats, so you've got to run kind of against the clock, Mike.
Right.
I mean, you want to run against the people in your race, but if you're in the lead, or as these 2 teams are in the lead, they want to keep pushing it, because you don't know what's going to happen in the other heat. We saw earlier that someone from heat 1 won the whole race.
Right, we just saw McAllen go ahead of Weslaco, but now Weslaco is making a move here, Coach, in the last 200 meter.
Well, if she's going to kick, Mike, if she's going to kick, I'm guessing she's going to do it right now at the 150. Coach Pablo learned from Jimmy Platt, and that's where Coach Jimmy Platt liked his runners. Not all of them, but most of them to kick home at the 150.
And they're both were standing in lane 1, just kind of fighting with each other there. Now Weslaco is ahead there.
Well, they're going to hand off to Eleanor, and we talked about you run last, the person that hates to lose. I don't think Eleanor likes to lose at anything. So let's see how she runs, and she's going to have about a 10-15 meter lead. And she's already stretched that lead out, Mike.
Yeah, she got off to a great start there, the coach, after the handoff. And off she goes there. See if she can stretch this lead a little bit more. And yeah, it's a pretty wide margin now, but we still got a long way to go.
We did a highlight package on the field events earlier, Mike. We're going to, those of you watching live, stay tuned real quickly following the second heat of the girls 400-meter relay. We're going to show a highlight package from the pole vault, which ran late and was not included in the other package, produced by the camera guys here, the videographers at K-West, and again, the boss man, Carlos Robledo. And stay tuned for that coming up in just a minute or so.
And watch this, Coach, in third place, now moving into second. She was actually in fourth place. I want to see if that's Edinburgh High School there, Coach. But yeah, Weslaco is going to be your winner for sure. But let's see who comes in second place now. It's going to be.
Yeah, that's Edinburgh.
That's Edinburgh, all right. Yeah,
that's McAllen.
She was like in fifth place, Coach, as she was making the last turn there, and came on strong. And yeah, let's see if I can get her name real quick. That's Marisa Arce, who ran earlier.
Yeah, she ran well earlier. Yes. And there comes the Rio Hondo Bobcats. Is that the right mascot? Bobcat, right?
Yes, Bobcats. That is correct.
It sounded right coming out of my mouth, but it's not one of the schools that I get to be around very often. And here come the replay. Eleanor's got a comfortable lead here. And like I said, just hates to lose. I would imagine that that's the kind of person you'd want last.
Right, and she got off to a great start, Coach, as I mentioned, after she was handed the baton, and she just separated herself from McAllen, and it was all Westlake after that. But again, Edinburgh High came on strong, Coach, in the last curve there, and that's Marisa, as I mentioned, Marisa Arce, who got Edinburgh into second place in this heat. So we'll see what happens here in the next race.
Okay, so in Heat 2, here are the lane assignments. Lane 1, Ed Couch-Elson. Lane 2, San Benito. Lane 3, Vela. Lane 4, PI. Fastest qualifier, 4 minutes, 8.88 seconds. Lane 5, Harlingen. Lane 6, McAllen Memorial. Lane 7, Mission Vets. And in Lane 8, Gruya. This will be the last race of the day for the girls, Mike.
For the girls, that's right, Coach. It's been one of those days, Coach. It's been a long day, but they've
well,
really.
for the athletes, it's been a long 2 days.
Right.
But you know what? That's just the way things can be in track. This is the 42nd running of the Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association Meet of Champs. Want to thank all those people from the Meet of Champs, from the Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association. Athletic Director Big O, Oscar Riojas here at WISD. Again, Superintendent Dr. Canales and the school board, along with the athletic coordinators and all the track coaches and the personnel that work in the press box. Second to none. The people that run the starters and the timers and the pickers and all the things involved, the people in the field events. Outstanding job once again. Following this heat and a replay of this heat, there'll be another field event package on the pole vault that we will be showing here on K-West. And guns up and gun is off in heat 2 of the 1,600 meter relay. Again, the fastest qualifiers in lane 4, PI, who had 2 young ladies in the finals of the 400 meter dash. So you've got to imagine that they run well, and they are running well already, Mike. As is, I believe that's McAllen Memorial in lane 6.
Yeah, I'm keeping my eye on Port Isabel, Coach. See if.
Well, we know 2 of those girls are great. We don't know that much about the other 2. But this is one of them right here coming in with the lead after lane 1. Leg 1.
As you see McAllen Memorial, they're making a little move toward the end there. And then San Benito there in 3rd place. But, well, they're going to make the first handoff here.
No, she's going to run under a minute, which is outstanding in a relay. And this young lady's going to be able to cut in once she gets around the corner at the 100 meter mark. Probably a cones or a flag or a flagman there that'll wave them in right there.
You see San Benito there, Coach, making a move there.
Well,
or is that or do I have the wrong school? I know it's gold, purple, and gold.
Well, is it purple? Yeah, I believe you may be correct. San Benito, they're in this race, and they ran a decent time.
Yeah, that's lane number 2.
Now, you got to remember, though, PI ran one of their really good girls first. When are they going to run the other one? That's going to be the secret. They're going to run her 3rd, going to run her 4th. And is she going to be in any position to help you? Because these 3 young ladies right here, McAllen Memorial, Vela, and Palmview, I believe. I'm not sure who that other team is in the dark uniform, but here's the handoff. McAllen Memorial now. Oh, look at the stride coming out of this young lady from PI. She's already worked her way back into 2nd place, Mike.
So we got Port Isabel in 2nd. San Benito still holding on to 1st here, but we got somebody back here making a move, Coach.
Yeah, that's the uniform. I'm not positive who it is. This is McAllen Memorial and Vela. I'm not sure who that is. Is that Ed Couch?
Maybe it's Harlingen, Coach. Sometimes they wear
sometimes they wear a black.
A black with some red, so that might be Harlingen.
But look who's back in the lead.
Port Isabel.
Yeah, they ran number 3 runner here, ran them down. And you know what? I think you're right. It may be Harlingen in the black with red writing on the front.
Yeah, I think that's who it is, Coach.
PI worked so hard to catch. She is fading a little bit here at the end. But she's going to hand it off first, Mike.
So here we go. We got Harlingen in second now, and they're making a move here as we make the first turn
And
of
here
the final
comes
lap.
McAllen Memorial and San Benito just moved into second. Whoa, no, they didn't. She held her off right there. And I would not bet against Harlingen right there. And PI is going to have to hold on to finish in the top three because San Benito and McAllen Memorial look fresher than she does right here, Mike.
Yeah, there goes McAllen Memorial just taking over the race now as we go into the last turn
here.
here.
Oh, my goodness. But here comes PI back. PI worked back into second, Mike.
Here we
And
go,
here
Coach.
she comes.
Here she goes. Is she giving it?
She's going to run her down, Mike.
Wow. Is that the same young lady, Coach, from earlier today?
PI. I don't know, but they have three pretty good
That'd be
quarter milers. They ran 4:04, Mike, and the record is 4 minutes flat. The fastest qualifier yesterday was them at 4:08. You know, for girls that are 4A, that 4:04 is a pretty good time.
Now, that was Ava Gomez, Coach, who turned it up, Coach, on that last curve there and just ran away with the race. So congratulations to the ladies.
Outstanding run by the girls from Port Isabel.
It's just a great race overall, Coach.
Well, improbable, Mike. You know, like I said, that's David and Goliath a little bit right there.
Absolutely. We had, it was a mixture of everything. That last lap, we saw maybe, 2 or 3 lead changes.
She's in third right there. Look at this.
And in the end, David came up with the victory there, and watch her take over this race, Coach, in the last 50 meters of the race. Just turn it up there and ran away with it.
And your winner of the girls 1600-meter relay, Port Isabel. And guys, let's take a moment here and step away to the pole vault highlight
The
package.
pole vault was a late night event. Under the lights, Bianca Cardenas, sophomore, Ed Calchelsa, 12'1". A new Valley's best, a meet of champs best. She beats the old record of 12 1/4. Congratulations, Bianca Cardenas. With a pole vault of 12'1", she wins first place in the pole vault at the 42nd annual Meet of Champs.
Brought to you by K-West here live. First heat of the boys 1600-meter relay, running at a record set in 1986 by Rio Grande City, Mike, of 3 minutes 18.41 seconds. In lane 1, Lyford. Lane 2, Sherryland. Lane 3, Wesco East. Lane 4, PSG Southwest. Lane 5, PSG North. Lane 6, Mission. Lane 7, Brownsville Vets. And in lane 8, Hidalgo. Those are the lane assignments for Heat 1. The fastest qualifier in in lane 4, PSG Southwest, with a time of 3:29.96. Fastest qualifier, Mike, in either heat, Pioneer in lane 4 in the next heat. They ran 3:27. Once again, the record is 3:18.
Well, let's see how the boys' races unfolded, because the girls really gave us a show there, Coach, in the last race there. So, yeah, let's see what happens here with the boys.
On your marks.
Well, you know, this is one of the, some people call it the king of track. The race of all races. The mile relay is kind of a showcase race, and I love watching it at the international level, male and female, NCAA level, state level. It's an outstanding race. And here we go for Heat 1 of the boys. Once again, this is K-West, the educational TV branch of the Wesco Independent School District, coming to you live from the Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association Meet of Champions, the 42nd edition. Let me tell you what, Mike, the team right there in lane 8, I believe that's lane 8, Hidalgo, running well right now.
I thought PSG North was going to make a move at first, Coach, but looks like they've slowed down a little bit. But now we see who's that? Mission maybe, or who's that?
Is that lane 4? I believe that's lane 4.
Lane
That
4
would be
be-
PSG Southwest. But right here, the team out in front
That's Mission up in
is
front
Mission
right now.
High School. In lane 6, took the handoff first. Once again, this runner will have to run 100 meters before they are allowed to cut in. And Mission has a lead right now, and he's going to cut in.
And there's that young man with the bandana.
Well, actually, there's a couple of them.
There's a couple of them now with that bandana there making a move. But yeah, Mission is holding him off for now as we go into the last curve of the second lap here.
Is that Southwest? I believe it is.
I believe so, Coach, yes. And PSG North is in third place. Ed Calciosa in
Southwest
fourth.
is going to pass him right here, Mike.
Yeah, the young man from Mission that just ran out of gas a little bit toward the end there. You see the handoff.
And here they go. PSG Southwest Mission trading the lead back and forth, Mike. Looks like Southwest has moved ahead again. Mission right on his shoulder. I cannot tell who that is in third place. That could be Wesco East.
I'm thinking, Coach, that's still PSJA North, but
It could be them too. I'm looking at a black uniform.
But-
Can't see a number.
But no, you may be right. It may also be Wesco East. As we see a turn here, I see a letter E. So yeah, you're right, Coach. It is Wesco East. Let's see if they make a move here.
Wow, they're gaining ground, Mike. PSG Southwest in Mission. Here comes Wesco East.
That's Leo Alvarado, Coach.
And he did a good job of closing ground. Let's see him make the handoff here. The baton was dropped by somebody, Mike. Southwest, I believe, dropped the baton.
And the Wesco East, I think, Coach, just jumped out ahead right now. That would be, if it is Wesco East, that would be Hector Muniz.
Yeah, and I believe their anchor man is Derek Ibarra. So you got Mission Mission Wesco East 1-2. And PSG Southwest, who had been in the race from the beginning, drops the baton in the mile relay, which is almost unheard of, Mike.
Right. Yeah, absolutely, Coach. And the Mission regains the lead, or no, not quite yet. I'm sorry.
Wesco East actually stretches it open. He's going to make that handoff, I believe, again. Oh, that's the end of it. And the winner of Heat 1, I must have missed Derek Ibarra, must have ran earlier in the race. He might have been the one that put him in position to run. But early in Heat 1, the surprise winner out of lane 3, the team from Wesco East. Let's see if...
Final race of the night on the trial.
Yeah, you're right, Coach. I think you and I both missed out on one of the runners there. But yeah,
somebody put him in position here on the second or third heat.
But as you
leg.
But you see on this curve, I thought Mission was getting ready to make a move, but give credit to Wesco East, Coach.
Stretches it right here,
Stretches
Mike.
it right there, Coach. Was where he made his final burst and was able to win.
And about 3:26, so we'll see how that compares to the next heat. But let's look at the lane assignments for Heat 2. The last heat of the day, Mike. In lane 1, La Feria. Lane 2, Mission Vets. Lane 3, Rafera. Lane 4, fastest qualifier with a time of 3:27, Pioneer. Lane 5, Harlingen South. Lane 6, Palmview. Lane 7, Economides. And then lane 8, Raymondville. Mike, Wesco East just ran about 3:26. The fastest qualifier yesterday ran 3:27. Let's see if they can improve on that. In this second and last heat of the 42nd annual Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association Meet of Champions. You know, Mike, it's been a pleasure again. You and I get to do some stuff and hang out a little bit at basketball games, football games, track meets. It's fun working with the people here at KWES, and it's a pleasure and an honor to get to watch these young people excel at their chosen events. And so after this heat, we will say our quick goodbyes. But once again, let's recognize all the guys from K-West. Again, this is Coach John Boswell along with Mike Gonzalez, Carlos Robledo, the boss, running the highlight packages. Julian Olivares is the director. Joe Leal running the sound. Vinny Berry, Don Ramirez, Val Zamora on the cameras, and doing a little bit of everything. Darlene Gracia, the First Lady of K-West, coming to you once again from the Meet of Champs. This is Heat 2, the final heat of the 1,600-meter relay, the Meet of Champs. And Mike, who is that? In lane 6, is that Palmview? I believe that's Palmview.
Yeah, I believe you're right, Coach. That'd be Palmview there.
And Economides is in there. Pioneer is in the lead with the P on their jersey. They had the fastest qualifying time. We're looking to see if they can beat a time of 3:26 something that West Coeast just ran in heat number 1. So Palmview will make the handoff first. No, they didn't. They had a problem with the handoff. They did not drop it, though. And coming, it looks like Rivera, Mike, in lane 3 is going to have the early lead on the cut in here. And I'm not sure who else that is. Yeah, let's go ahead and hit the girls' 1,600-meter relay results.
All right, Coach. The results for the girls 4x400-meter relay are as follows. The third place was a Hardingen. In second place was a McAllen Memorial. And your first place winner with a time of 4:04.51 is Port Isabel High School. Runners Natalie Garza, Bricia Gonzalez, Simone Harry, and Ava Gomez.
Well, look at this, Mike. Economides has jumped out to a lead, but not much of a lead. Somebody is right on them. Is that Palmview? I believe right on their tail.
Yeah, and watch, there's a runner right here, Coach, making in fourth place, trying to make a little run there, and even in fifth place, they're trying to cut into it.
They want to put their anchor leg in position to make a run at the end, Mike, but right now, Economides seems to be able to hold them off, but no, here comes Palmview.
Here comes Palmview, Coach, as you mentioned. I think Cherland Pioneer.
And here comes Pioneer back into the race, Mike.
Now they're in third place. They were in fifth place. Now they jump to third as we go into the next
Here's
handoff.
The final handoff, and it's 1-2. Economides and Palmview with Pioneer on the chase.
Now the runner in fourth place is making a move now, Coach. Can't quite see who it is, a uniform.
Is that Harlingen South?
It looks like I see some maroon in there, so...
I'm not sure who that is, Mike.
But look at that young man run, Coach. He's getting closer to second place there as we make the final turn here. See if we can get a jersey here.
You got Palmview, and remember, we're looking at a time of about 3:26. Here comes Pioneer. That was LaFeria.
That was LaFeria, Coach. That's right. Here comes Pioneer.
But he had to move all the way out to lane 3, Mike, and nothing good ever happens when you have to move out that wide. Palmview is going to be first, Economides second, and that is going to be how they finish in the boys' 1,600-meter relay. So on behalf of the complete crew from K-West, Mike Gonzalez and myself, John Boswell, we'd like to thank you all for tuning in live to the Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association Meet of Champions from Bobby Lackey Stadium in Weslaco. Let's take one last look at the final here as Palmview holds on to win the boys' 1,600-meter relay. Once again, on behalf of everyone here and our crew from K-West, we'd like to thank you all for watching live, and we'll see you soon from K-West. Good night, everybody.